What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 18th annual edition of the Sunday/Wednesday Puddcast. I am joined by my usual junior co-host, Marshall, the Brain, the Body, the Crusher, Henderson.
It would be a good last name.
Hello, welcome to the show again. For
Thank you. Yeah.
10th time?
You mean me? Yeah.
Roughly?
Probably around 10 times. Yeah.
I don't know. That would mean you joined as a proper host around 9? 10? Maybe?
Yeah, I mean, the first episode I was on was 4.
4, yeah.
Episode 4.
Which happened to be about Fallout 4.
Yeah, it happened to be. It's all we talk about. No.
That's not true. We talk about
to be honest, we
Russell.
talked a lot about Fallout in general in that podcast,
Yeah.
As we always do. It's hard to get around just talking about Fallout and going on a rant.
I mean, hell, the thumbnail is always usually Fallout based. If it's a gaming podcast. Well, if I can be bothered to put any images on the screen. Which sometimes doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Switched it up a little bit for this one, though.
Yeah, no, I really like this new picture, and it makes sense sense to differentiate the wrestling style from the Fallout style podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it would probably make sense to do 2 separate podcasts, but fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, this is what are we?
What are we, high efforts?
Yeah,
we've created a podcast brand, for God's sake.
We really have. Anyway, so how have you been, Putty? How have you been?
I've been a little bit ill. I still kind of am, but that's why we didn't do one last week. But it's getting better. It's on the uprise. It's weird when you're ill because you withdraw yourself from the world a little bit, and it puts things in perspectives. In sometimes good things and sometimes bad things. But in general, things are on the up at the very least.
Yeah.
What about you?
Everything's been pretty good. I just made my first what I would consider a high effort a cappella song with 9 different voice parts of a Pink Floyd song, and I really think it was it was a proud moment for me to where I think I'm now proficient enough with Audacity to really mess around with it and make it, because in the song I have different parts on different sides of a stereo, which is really what you want to hear from a song in certain occasions. And so I really feel like I've bridged this point in my musical editing skills in Audacity where I can really start to produce some really cool stuff. And that was a proud moment for me. And on my channel I've been trying to get back into it because I had a small hiatus on my regular channel. But yeah, things for the most part are going pretty damn well. Yeah, I can. Last night I had a little bit of a problem, but I won't talk about that.
The problem.
The problem. Oh, we had to clean it up. So many hookers we had to pay off.
Marshall's got a little bit of an addiction, but anyway, moving on from
we'll
that.
leave it at that. No further questions, Your Honor.
One of the things we wanted to start with was an apology from a couple of episodes ago, a little thing that slipped by the radar. I don't know how, but on the editing room floor, we ended up leaving a song in episode... Okay, Paddy ended up leaving a song in episode 16. You could see it as a sneak preview to the finale of Lonesome Road, but it's mainly just a fuck-up. So, apologies for that. It was only a couple minutes, but I'm sure it put a lot of people off. So, if you stuck through that, thank you. Hopefully there'll be no such mishaps today, although we're trying out a bunch of new shit today, so if you're seeing us, it's a miracle. Yeah, so that's it. Also,
we're not trying out as much shit as we were going to. So to be fair,
true. If we added a third thing on top, because we've got live streaming and we've got live streaming, we've got a new recording method, and we've got a new thumbnail.
Yeah.
So if we added zombies on top of that, who knows how crazy things would have gotten.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Putty, but I'm handling the comments in mine by responding to them over chat, so that I don't interrupt the flow of the podcast.
I don't think I've got any comments, so I think we'll
Oh, okay.
But yeah, don't respond until we get to a certain point. So yeah. But for anyone watching, if we get to a certain point and there's enough respondees, we'll have a bit of a Q&A sesh. Mm-hmm. Anyway, second order of business today. Finally, approaching our 2-year anniversary, I'd like to make a huge announcement. Marshall Augustine Edward Peterson III.
That's not my actual name. It's close, but it's not.
Has been promoted from a junior co-host to the second in command here at the Sunday Podcast. With the departure,
I was already second in command, but I was junior.
No. With the departure of Callum Dean is confirmed
Really?
from the
Did you
podcast
ask
staff. No.
Oh.
He's fired.
He's watching right now. He's like, oh.
But basically, Dino's got his own shit to deal with, I'm sure. And
Yeah.
He's
He's very hard to reach.
Nothing but the best for him, and best of luck in his future endeavors. But it's good to have a new second in command.
Mhm.
Welcome on board.
Thank you,
senior co-host.
Oh! Yeah. Okay. It feels good. It feels good. I remember. It also feels kind of sad. I remember originally when I was given the title of junior co-host, I was kind of pissed. But I don't know. I kind of miss it. Yeah.
Did you feel young?
I feel very old now, crippled and decaying. It's sort of like climbing up the ladder of like a business. Eventually you reach CEO and you're like, yeah, it's all my dreams. But then you're like, whoa, I'm 60 years old. Fuck me. So it's sort of like that. No, but it's a good day. It's a good day. Thank you, Putty, for your promotion. Does it come with a pay raise?
Yes.
Okay, great.
You now get 80% of the podcast revenue.
Excellent. I expect that penny in the mail.
You will get that penny in the mail, trust me.
80%. Wow, that's gracious.
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm sure that's at least a quarter.
What, every year?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we'll estimate later and we'll divide the costs.
Sure. We also need to bring up on a new junior co-host.
Yeah, I mean, I need to. Daddy needs to pay down some microphone debt. So let's get some revenues. No, we could use a new
junior co-host.
Yeah, we could use a new junior co-host. It would be helpful.
I think a third host would be important, but the thing is, we focus so hard on Fallout that it'd be difficult to bring a third guy on all the time if they didn't also want to engage in Fallout talk.
Yeah, it'd need to be a Fallout person.
It wouldn't need to be. We could just have different co-hosts for different shows. We could bring a wrestling co-host, a Fallout co-host, a gaming co-host.
Yeah, we could have. Well,
I know that's a lot of people to rely on.
Yeah. Well, and then just a gaming in general co-host, because I feel like we do Fallout. Should we just have a gaming in general podcast?
Maybe one day we should.
I think it would be interesting to see how this could go. If it ever started picking up, it'd definitely be a lot of fun to play around with that.
I mean, we do I like to think we take up the majority of the first hour of the show with general gaming. I mean, today we're going to talk about City Skylines and Thief. Those are my two games I've got lined out to talk about.
Thief or Thief? Thief isn't a game, so I assumed you meant Thief. I thought you said Thief, though.
You're demoted, junior co-host.
What did you say?
I said Thief.
Okay.
It's the Welsh accent.
But is Thief a game?
Thief? What do you mean thief?
Well, you said I hate Thief, so why am I demoted for
thief.
I'm not going to ask questions.
I hate you.
Wow.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. So what games have you been playing this week? And don't say Mountain Blade Warband. I'm joking.
Mountain Blade Viking Conquest.
Yes, go on, tell us about that.
And Mountain Blade Warband. But they're both pretty. The series in general is addicting. It is made by Paradox, which makes it right there. It makes it a better game. I'm really just Paradox makes some great games. All their games are a little bit clunky around the edges, but they're all just have great core mechanics and just are the kind of games you could sink hours and hours and hours into. The kind of games that ruin your life. It's just like just destroy any hope you had of getting work done that day.
True.
They're really fun. And I love Mountain Blade is a ton of fun. It's for those of you who haven't played it, it's a weird mix of strategy with arena fighting with RPG with that's basically it. Those three things mixed together, and it's a really fun game. I would highly recommend picking it up next time it's on sale or not on sale. Like if you have the cash, just buy it now. It's not that expensive. And if you'll enjoy it half as much as I do, you will definitely get your money's worth back in playtime. Just in the last 2 weeks, I've probably played like 100 hours on it. It's really sad.
Yeah.
But I'm depressed. No, but
look, we're gamers. If we're not gonna spend way too long on a game 1 week, then we're not doing our jobs properly.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I didn't cheer you up at all.
I'm just depressed. No, I also, besides that, what else have I been? I play a little bit of Europa this week. I'm still playing Europa because I need to sink some more time into that because they just released the El Dorado DLC and I really haven't played around enough with it. Like I've been playing a lot with the custom nations, but I really haven't sunk into the actual El Dorado DLC, like the actual like native, what they changed about the native nations. And I really need to. So I need to sit down and say, okay, I'm playing an Aztec game today, or you know what I mean?
I mean, it affects everyone, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, you're right.
I do feel like it has a lot of cool stuff though that they added, and I liked playing as the Aztecs or the natives before. So I definitely need to do another Aztec or Incan game.
Yeah, because you did play the Iroquois.
I played the Iroquois once. I played a pretty decent Aztec playthrough. I did a small Incan playthrough. I definitely like. The only problem with the natives is it gets fun later on when the Europeans arrive dealing with them. But there is a long period of waiting, just waiting for you to get the enough technology to do anything. Because, for example, if you're playing a North American, tribe, you have to basically to grow at all. You have to get a colonist, at all, because it's all wasteland.
Yeah.
So you're basically forced
to
take on
uninhabited land.
Yeah, uninhabited land. So you basically are forced, if you want to gain enough power to fight off or handle the Europeans, you need to take on the exploration idea group. You don't have not exploration. Sorry, I meant expansion actually.
Well, you could do exploration.
You could, but you don't really need it. By the time you
to be honest, the only reason why you'd pick exploration over expansion is because Diplo points are just less valuable than admin points.
That's a fair point. And exploration gives you 2 colonists. So if you have the money to sink into it, which most tribes do not, but if you did,
expansion and quantity will give you an extra colonist on top with a policy.
Oh, will they?
Yeah, so it's not as like it need to be both of those to get as many. It's better to take exploration, but if you wanted 4, you've got to get exploration, expansion, and quantity, which is what I get in my Western colonization playthroughs, because you can get 4 if you're anyone except for Spain, 5 if you're Spain because they get one in their ideas. Same with Russia, they get one in their ideas, but obviously with Russia you only need 1.
Yeah, I know what you mean. What was I gonna say? But I've been playing to get off the topic of Europa. I've been playing Europa and I think that's about it. I've been doing a lot of just and Fallout New Vegas. I've been doing some YouTube series games, but okay.
What is it like to record Fallout New Vegas? I've forgotten.
I had forgotten for a while. I hadn't recorded in a while.
I've been scripting Fallout New Vegas this week. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, no, it's very exciting.
But what's Mountain Blade's Viking Conquest like?
It is a lot harder than Mountain Blade Warband. It's much more at the same time though. It's a much more polished game, and it's way like Mountain Blade Warband tries to be an RPG sometimes. Most of the time, it's just like, fuck it, you're fighting people. That's why you're here for. It's like, we're not gonna try to add a quest. Some of it has some roleplay elements, and that's why I think it counts sort of in that category. But it's not really a role playing game. Viking Conquest, on the other hand, is a game that really, in fact, Graham said to me something. He said to me is he usually doesn't role play his characters. He usually does exactly what he needs to make the best character, but he found himself Viking Conquest forced him almost played his hand into playing a role play character. Like he couldn't help himself. I think that's a really good role playing game if it makes you really want to, even if like someone who didn't role play before, it turns them into a role player. That's a good role playing game. So they definitely added a lot of excellent role playing features, and they still stuck with the same strategy elements. So it's still Mountain Blade, but it's better, and it's much more difficult. So if you like an easy playthrough, there are features you can use to turn the difficulty down, but it's difficult. It's a tough game. Anyway, but yeah,
sure. Do you like it? It's fun.
Yeah, I like it a lot. it's a game that I'll have to sink a lot of time into to really get good at, because there's certain features, there's certain elements that are different than the regular Mount and Blade Warband.
Oh god, I just posted something in the 8byte chat that I was supposed to post to you.
Oops. Delete it. Delete the message.
I have. Damn it. Sorry, go on. You enjoy Mount and Blade. You need to sink some more time into it.
Yeah, I do. Anyway,
have you seen the picture?
Yeah.
We need to put that up on the podcast later. We need to talk about
yeah, we will. Maybe towards the end.
I'd say, yeah, we'll talk about it in a bit.
Okay.
So carry on with your topic. So, what else do you say you've been playing this week? A lot of Paradox then. EU. Have you played any Crusader Kings?
Have I played any Crusader Kings? I have not this week. No, not recently.
What have you been doing on New Vegas?
Continuing Old World Blues.
Yeah, what stuff have you been doing?
Why do you want to know so much?
This is a podcast.
I know, but you barely talked about your games. You didn't even talk about Thief.
Because it's next.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry, I thought you were already done, so I felt weird taking a half an hour to talk.
2 weeks ago, I talked for half an hour about Shadow Warrior and something else. So
we don't have to feel like I need to talk so much about. But what was your question?
What quests and stuff have you been doing?
I just finished the last of the 3 gathering quests, so where you need to get the 3 items.
Oh, okay. Have you upgraded the Sonic gun yet? Is that part of the 3 gathering quests, or is that just?
Yeah, it is. It's part of the high school quest. And so to me, those quests are, Old World Blues is one of is DLC where the quests are okay. The story and the things you do while on the way to the quests are great. And so it's one of those games where I find myself running out of gameplay that the game is mandating me to do, and now I'm sort of getting to that part where I'm just going to start wildly exploring the DLC. I only have 2 of the modules for the sync, so I have quite a lot of module collecting to do, and I still have to talk to originally I meant to talk to one of the brains each episode. I totally failed at that. Forgot that I meant to do that, and now I have to talk to all of them. So I'm probably just going to dedicate one episode to just one big talkie.
I did 2, I think.
Mm-hmm. So you had to do 2 30-minute videos just talking to them? Oh man,
maybe
I might
it
have
was
to do
20 or 25, something like that.
Okay, I might have to do that too then. We'll see. What I might do is I might talk to 2 and then head out and explore one area.
No, because I'm sure I didn't leave them all for 2 videos. I'm sure I had Knock to fill out, and just each brain I think I did in one episode. Yeah,
I see. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's good talking though. It's fun.
It's hard to plan the DLC. Well, not all the DLC. It's easy, in my opinion, to plan Dead Money, because it's so linear. But it's hard to plan Old World Blues in some ways.
I don't think I planned any of the DLCs. I planned the main game a lot, but in the DLCs, because it's so short, I just end up going through it and enjoying myself for the most part. All 4 of them.
I try to plan it so I'm not. See, I made the mistake of not planning the main game, so I find myself overcompensating by really planning the DLC, and of course that goes wrong. It all goes wrong, so fuck it, it all goes
You have to remember that you're 2 years in, but Fallout New Vegas is still your first series.
Exactly. So that's one thing I say to myself when I'm like, oh, I need to do better on this episode. I'm like, well, fuck it,
it's your first series, yeah.
It's my first series. What are they gonna say? What are they gonna say? No, no.
You took 2 years on your first series.
At the same time, Fallout New Vegas, I've always said, is a series where people can watch me grow as a YouTuber, so I need to continue to grow in the series. It can't just stop improving, I want to say. So, I can't just cop out, but yeah.
I know what you're saying there, but on occasions you have said to me, I want to save this for Fallout 3.
There are some things that I don't want it to make it no, I know what you mean. I want to make the logistics of the Fallout New Vegas Let's Play, which is a basic, Fallout New Vegas Let's Play is just a regular Let's Play. It's not role play or anything like that. So that's why I saved a lot of the things for Fallout 3. because Fallout 3 is supposed to be a really realistic Let's Play. That doesn't mean I don't have ways I can't continue to improve Fallout New Vegas as a regular Let's Play. Have I talked to you about before my categorization of the different types of Let's Plays? One of these days I'm going to make like a tutorial video about it and like charge people to come to the Let's Play college.
This sounds like a great topic. Go on, please. Start from the very beginning.
Well, see, I was born. No.
You were born to change this world. You were born.
Well, see, Joey was born, and then 26 years later, I was robbed. No, sorry, that's my favorite lines from the Friends, but yeah, I basically the categorization of the Let's Plays.
I remember that line.
Do you remember
it? Just
it?
got to me. It was I remember. It was the one in the canoe.
They got robbed.
Where they had to end up
They
sitting in the
didn't
canoe.
have a canoe yet.
Okay.
They had to buy the canoe because they ran out of. They had to trade
because
the
Joey
canoe.
got trapped in the cupboard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They had to. He didn't get trapped.
Yeah,
he bet the guy
into
he
it.
couldn't fit in, and then he trapped him in. So yeah.
Didn't the robber give Joey the bet as well? He just slipped him the money and then took the shit.
Yes, he did. Yeah,
So
he
he
gave him
upheld the
$5.
bet.
It was $5. And then after that line, Joey's like, oh man, if I ever see that guy again, Chandler's like, what? Bend over? That is one of my favorite lines in the entire series. Chandler's great, but Matthew Perry's great, and that connects to Fallout New Vegas, so you can't say we weren't off topic.
Which connects to LPs. So your LP categorization.
Yeah. So LPs, my LP categorization is such. Let's Plays. The first kind of Let's Play is and this is a broad categorization. So you could say like, well, that's not a Let's Play, that's a blah blah. But in my opinion, this is the categorization. So first, there's the original Let's Play or the basic Let's Play, which is basically you are going in and it's 50% about the game, 50% about you as a player, you as a YouTuber. So you're talking about the game, but you're also talking about your life, whatever. A Let's Play, in my opinion, a basic original Let's Play is a lot of low effort, not a lot of cuts, and mainly just walking through. You're not role playing, but you're also playing the game. That's, in my opinion, that's what a basic Let's Play is. And then you get to what I call is a Let's Play. I haven't come up with a name for it, but then there's a Let's Play that focuses on the story. And that's where you have 80% or 70% about the story and just a little bit, a small fraction that's about you. In my opinion, I've actually had a couple Let's Plays like that, and that would be I didn't do it in BioShock Infinite because I was still a noob, but in BioShock, in both of the story BioShock DLC, in my opinion, I did that well. I didn't talk. I let the gameplay shine through. I was very reserved about speaking in that. I waited until gameplay, like where we were shooting bad guys, and I waited until Elizabeth or anyone was done talking. If anyone was talking, like even random characters, I would try not to talk over them. In my opinion, that's a story-focused Let's Play, and it's great for games like BioShock, where BioShock gives you points that are focused on the story and points of gameplay where you can just talk. And then, are you okay? I just heard like really heavy breathing.
Damn, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I thought maybe you were angry. You're like,
I hate doing that. Let me just stay away from the microphone when you're talking.
Okay. Oh. But sorry. And then, in my opinion, there's something.
Good you pointed it out.
Then there are role plays, which in my opinion, yes, you could say it's not a Let's Play, but I consider it a Let's Play. And there are two types of role plays. There is a role play where you are still you're still a YouTuber, but you try to put yourself into the game and make decisions as if you are the character in the game. And then there is in my opinion, a full or true role play where you do not acknowledge the fact that you're in a video, and it's all you are the internal thoughts of the character. You are the character. You don't acknowledge the fact that you are you, or you are making a video, and that is and that is what I want the Fallout 3 Let's Play to be. And then finally, this one's sort of a sort of general term, but it's what I call a carnival Let's Play, and that's where you add, and that's where it's equal parts game and you, but then
I love the percentages.
yeah. it's equal parts game and you, but then you add a new part to the mix, which is crazy editing practices to try to make the videos look, I don't know, add some entertainment value through editing if you can. And so adding crazy editing, adding interesting cutscenes or interesting intros, or you know what I mean.
Interesting episodes.
Yeah. Adding story to it, but still, still retaining that it's a Let's Play. In my opinion, that's a Carnival Let's Play where you just add a lot of interesting things to try to pull in the audience into the game. And in my opinion, Fallout 3 will be a mix of Carnival and full roleplay, which will make it a very high effort Let's Play. But we're still going to see if I can do it. I have a list of like 100 things I want to do for it, and I just realized the other day I need to start writing things off of this list, or else it's not going to happen, you know? You can't have everything you want if you want to release these episodes in a timely manner, even a somewhat timely manner, you know? But yeah, that so far is the list of Let's Plays. But I'm sure we could come up with more categories and subcategories if we really sat down and thought about it.
Sure, yeah, definitely.
What's
definitely
your opinion on the categories, on what I came up with? Would you agree with them or disagree with them?
It's a pretty decent set of categories. I wouldn't agree with everything, but I do enjoy listening to Let's Play Theory and YouTube Theory, and it's interesting to hear yours. I wouldn't agree with everything, but I agree with some points, and it's definitely a valid way of categorizing Let's Plays. Certainly.
Yeah. And in my opinion, like, I don't think those are the basic ones. Like, I don't think there's anything else unless it's something really new that you have created, which is awesome. Like, I'd like to hear about new, like, completely new concepts for Let's Plays. That would be really cool to see in the upcoming years. And I hope to be one of the people who comes up with new ideas. Like, I think about it a lot, trying to think of, okay, what's a really weird way that we could do this that would still retain its Let's Play ability and its entertainment value. But yeah, that's. Do you have a categorization system, or what would be your changes to my categorization system? Because you said you disagreed with some points of it.
I mean, I have to sit down and think about Let's Play Theory a bit, and I've done it in the past. But you know, a lot. I mean, the biggest thing comes like, where does walkthrough fit with Let's Play?
That's an interesting point.
Let's Play.
You could add walkthrough to the list if you were going for a broad list, which is, of course, you know, really. Almost, it's like 80% game and 20% cheating. No, just kidding. Like
that.
Yeah, no, but like
100% reason to remember the name, bitch.
Yeah. I feel like a walkthrough is about the game, but it's not really about the story. It's more about completing the game, you know?
Sure. I mean, again, like that. Again, it's YouTube.
And then you could say just a playthrough of the game that has no commentary.
Yeah.
Is that still a Let's Play? Could be. There's lots of channels that do that, and I don't think that's a walkthrough, because in my opinion, when I think of walkthrough, I think of the point
everything
of this
done right,
is to help the person watching do the game. You know, it's something you follow along, ideally. And I think of a commentary-less playthrough as
just a playthrough,
or
is it a Let's Play?
I consider that a Let's Play, in my opinion.
Yeah, same.
Because they might not be talking, but they're still playing the game and they're doing it how they want to. So you know that I would consider that a Let's Play.
I mean, like it depends. Like, my definition for Let's Play versus walkthrough has always been a walkthrough is how you play the game, a Let's Play is how I play the game.
Yeah.
But
a walkthrough is how you finish the game perfectly. You know, you get everything. Exactly.
Well, maybe not perfectly, but a walkthrough is how you play a game in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't have to be 100% walkthrough, it just is a storyline walkthrough, or there's different types of again, it's YouTube Theory.
And in a way, a walkthrough is the opposite of a roleplay, of a true roleplay, you know?
Oh yeah, exactly, because a walkthrough is designed to explain game mechanics, whereas a roleplay is designed to ignore or...
And I would say a basic Let's Play is right in the middle. You know, your regular, hey, I'm a dude, you know?
Sure.
We should come up with a chart.
Left-wing Let's Play.
Flash the graphic on the screen, Jimmy. No.
No, I like YouTube Theory is really, really, really interesting to me, and I'm not sure how many other people are interested in it, but I really like not just the logistics behind it per se, but just the content. You know, like not even like the what's the word, ethics behind the content. I don't even care that much, although sometimes that's an interesting debate. I just like the idea of talking about different types of content, defining different types of content, reviewing different types of content.
It's really interesting Because like if you think about it, there are so many subtypes of content that we aren't even aware of because YouTube's so big. It's such a huge place. And I find that it's really interesting to see the meta, if you will, or the traditions that these categories of content creators find using. Like for example, in Let's Plays, you see that there's a very basic concept of what a Let's Play is, and most people try to follow that. And you see variations, and it's great when you see variations, but you see in the community, everyone has an idea of what a basic Let's Play is. And if you look at, and everyone has an idea of how that video is made. You do a live comm, most likely you do a live comm, you play the video game, you record it on your computer or your Xbox or whatever, and it's probably not that well edited, but they're longer videos. And then you go to something like the community of reviews. If you do a review, it's generally in that community accepted that you do research and you write a script, and then you include bits of gameplay and also pictures and also interesting things you include in the video. And you look at all these ASMR, for example, a content, a group of content where it's generally accepted that it's almost all vlogs, but you can have a sort of podcast ASMR video where you don't see anything.
You are now listening to Puddcast Radio.
But it's mostly vlogs, and almost one rule in ASMR is generally you should have a stereo or binaural, as they call it in ASMR, which from what I understand, it is just stereo. I don't think there's a difference, but you need a stereo microphone like the Blue Yeti, for example.
Actually, no, there is a difference. There is.
Is there? Okay.
I promise. Yeah, I don't know what it is exactly.
Okay.
I
Maybe a binaural prevents. Like for example, if you're talking on a stereo microphone like the Yeti, even though you might be talking on the right side of the Yeti, you can still hear a little bit of your voice on the left side. Maybe a binaural cuts out that part on the left side. Okay, so maybe that's what but anyway, you generally need stereo/binaural to do an ASMR. It's weird if you don't.
Like, this is a theory that I've got just from listening, that binaural is that is a focus on 2 points, whereas stereo is just a range across your entire neural listening thing. It just focuses to the left side, whereas binaural focuses on 2 specific points.
I think if we spent 4 minutes, we could find out what our questions. I've never actually looked it up, and I'm sure that, like, have you ever seen in the videos what these mics look like? They're pretty funky
tiny.
looking.
They're tiny.
From what I've seen, they look like huge. They look like huge little weird circular things on each side jetting out. They're really weird.
I've seen loads now. So there are some that are tiny. There are some like that. There are some that are shaped like ears. I'm not kidding. These are commonplace.
I'd be interested to go on YouTube and watch some review videos for these microphones and actually see what the reviewers have to say about what the microphones do over a regular, like, for say, stereo Yeti microphone. Anyway, that's something and
LP.
The viewers can do after the podcast.
Back to LP. You were talking about the base, like, expectation of LP, and I want to say, like, it's interesting because base expectations usually come from the distant past, whereas in LP it's extremely different because the distant past is completely different to what is at the base expectation today because it's evolved so much. In the past, you would never see these low quality LPs ever. LP existed in text form for the longest time, and the only time it came to Europe, YouTube. The only time it came to Europe.
The only time it came to Europe was with the Black Plague.
The only time it came to YouTube
on the backs of rats
was extremely high quality videos, and the reason why they had to be high quality and edited down was because you could only make 11-minute videos. At the time. So you had to make sure that you got the game done in a reasonably swift fashion. And so it was like the base LP 4 or 5 years ago, I can't really make an estimate, was basically walkthrough with personality. And that's still my measuring point. That's still what I go off because I have this weird LP traditionalist inside me. But yeah, you're right. The base today is a guy playing a video game with a microphone next to him, and whatever he says, it just comes out. You know what I mean? On day one, usually.
No, and I agree with you that a Let's Play, in my opinion, one that entertains me should be the game plus personality, which is generally what I try to do. I find myself accidentally talking about random shit that doesn't even have to do with the game at all.
I mean, I don't care. Like, I don't care about that. All I care about, like, I thought I even care. I don't care, right? I don't care if you guys do this. I don't care. There are no ethics on YouTube.
Hand Putty the bottle of vodka. Let's just go to bed.
what I try to avoid is being the guy who let's plays a game on day one with no clue what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
adding
that's
nothing to
that's another category. Man, if we wrote this down, we'd come a lot. Blind let's play. That's a new category. You know,
Sure,
and you've got you've got blind versus well prepared. You know,
and then you've got
research,
everything in between.
thoroughly planned. You know, putty. No. But
No, I'm not at the end of the spectrum.
yeah.
Not
I'd say we're if you would say right of center, if right was, you know, or left of center, whatever you want to say.
I imagined right to be prepared and left to be blind for some reason. That's just what I imagined.
It's what I imagined too. We're both liberals. If you didn't know why that was funny, that's why that's hilarious. So it's not what you would expect. But
we're extremely right wing in the LP community.
yeah. According to our new listing. Hey, that way we could like have weird conflicting bumper stickers that confuse people. Like one that says I'm a writer and you can't stop me, and another that says like left is best. You know, and people be like, what is this? Some sort of weird mixed family? Anyway,
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's changed so much. It's evolved a ton, and I think one thing that hasn't really evolved is cat videos.
Yes, definitely.
That's a type of content that really hasn't evolved.
I think my clear example of new LP category that came up, and it's really interesting because I haven't even watched much of it, is, you know, the abridged community.
Oh, I love abridged videos.
Yeah. So abridged videos.
That's harkening back to the dawn of YouTube. No.
Pretty much. Yeah, you're right. But like abridged videos don't make abridged. By the way, for the viewers, abridged videos usually on anime make like the concept of an abridged series is a series that tells a story in a shorter amount of time. The abridged anime community is more like
that's
a
like
comedy.
the definition of it, but it's more it's replacing the words of the characters in the show with other voice actors. You know, your own script, which is similar to the story, but changes it to make it almost a parody of the original story.
It's usually, nowadays, it's usually a parody, and it's usually on anime. Well, those videos don't make money, because they don't have the rights to the anime. So the way they've ended up subsidizing their YouTube careers and
selling themselves like whores on Fiverr.
and becoming career YouTubers, even though their main content doesn't make much money, is they do Let's Play videos in the voices of the abridged characters. Like Kaiba plays Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's a really interesting thing. See, that's sort of like a weird fusion, like sexual mix of a role play with a regular Let's Play.
And it works because abridged communities are really well linked to gaming communities. Not all the time, but there's a good cross section there.
And it's interesting because it's something, you know, it's taking a character you're not playing as yourself, but he's playing the video game, so it's like it's like role playception, you know.
And they act like the character too. They're not just doing the voice and acting like themselves.
They act as if the character was playing the game. Like if Kaiba's playing the game, he's going to look for lots of money, or you know what I mean. Like
and Mokuba rings every now and then.
Yeah, Mokuba keeps losing. If you were playing as Mokuba, you would keep getting imprisoned. No.
In Five Nights at Freddy's, when the phone rings, you know, the guy calls you. He goes, Mokuba, answer the phone. Why won't you answer the phone? And things like that. So yeah, it's a good little mix there. And you know, sometimes there's weird things that go on, and it's a category that sprang up in the last couple of years out of necessity and out of an audience existing for it. It's interesting. It's high effort.
It's something that not just abridged people could do. We could do it. For example, like if we created a character, for example, I hope eventually to create a sort of character that exists in Metro Last Light. It's going to be a full role play, and that would be interesting to take that character then after that Let's Play is done and have him play like, hey,
sure.
I'm
popular
playing,
enough,
yeah, I'm playing, well, just for fun, like I'm playing Don't Starve today or whatever, just some random game. So it's a type of content.
One of the biggest channels on YouTube right now, FPS Russia, got started by putting a weird accent over gaming videos.
Yeah.
Hell, I mean, that's how that started.
And now doesn't he just show off pictures of guns?
No, videos of guns, yeah. Exactly.
And last time I checked, he hadn't posted a video in like a year, so I don't know if he's still doing it.
Yeah, he is. That was like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
He came back like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So the last time you checked was a while.
Yeah. No, I remember checking last year.
It was like March when he came back last year.
Anyway, so yeah. I think it's really cool to think about this stuff and theorize
definitely.
like we're crazy.
Because we'll never get popular on YouTube, so it's cool to theorize about other people.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And it's good for professionally, like for our channels to think about this stuff, because it can sort of let you figure out what you want to do, what you want to be your most common let's play, or if you want to diversify, which generally I'd like to think in the future I'd like to diversify and have different kinds of let's plays on my channel.
Yeah.
I definitely that abridged thing is a very interesting idea, and I definitely need to check out those videos.
Sure, I'll help you out after the stream.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we've really explored the let's play topic. If you'd like to move on.
Sure. So this week I have been playing a new game and an old game, as I hope to try to do every week. And my new game this week was City Skylines, which got me way too excited about a game. Way too excited. I was watching shit tons of stuff about it like 2 days before the game came out, and I got hyped. I got pulled into the hype train, Marshall.
Wow, it's rare for you, you know.
I know it is. It is. Last time I bought a new IP, I thought it was Terraria, but I remembered I bought Game Dev Tycoon a couple like in beta, I think it was. So I got pulled into that, but that was like a fiver. This was £23. This was £23. I don't buy games unless they're a fiver. Ugh.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's definitely weird for you to do that. Putty does not buy new games, release date games, unless it's like Fallout.
I mean, the thing is, like, you wait a year, it's gonna be a fiver, and the bugs are gonna be fixed. So, like, it's win-win unless you're really hype.
Yeah, I find it very, and it's such a weird genre for you to fall into. It'd be one thing if it was like, if like that little part of you that loves FPS was like, fuck it, I'm buying Call of Duty on day one. Like.
Which is going to happen.
Oh god. Yeah,
like
I could see that coming. I could see that definitely coming from a mile away. But like, city building game, what? It's a very weird genre for you to just fall into so quickly. But I like it. It's a genre that is fun. Yeah.
I love the city building in Civ. Like, that was always cool to me. Like, that was my thing. Like, Civ economics. While everyone else was fighting, I was like, I gotta move these citizens here. I gotta move these guys. Okay, if I get this much population by year 5, I can switch them all over to money, and then I can
retire.
Build yeah. So
yeah,
I don't know.
No.
It's
those
my
are,
first
those are
city
fun
builder.
games.
I think. Although I might
Wait,
no.
your first?
No. I had one on the. I can never remember this one.
Oh, you mean Sim City was your first? I thought you meant the one you just bought was your first.
No, I thought that's what I meant, but then I remembered it's not. There was one more I had though, and it was weird, and it was.
Wait, well, that wouldn't make sense. Didn't you just say that when you were younger, you used to play city builders, and while other people were playing shooters?
No.
Oh, you're just saying just
Civ,
like in the last
Civ
week.
5. Civ 5.
Civ
I like
5.
the city building.
Civ 5. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. Man, I did not. I thought you said Sim City. What was I thinking?
Civ
like
5.
I know you said Civ 5, but I guess my brain just filtered that out and replaced it with another word.
I might have just said Civ, which could have been confused with Sim.
Yeah. I'm getting old, buddy.
Anyway. City Skylines is a decent game. I'm not going to recommend it, even though nobody's going to buy it if I recommend it anyway. But anyway, I'm not going to recommend it because I haven't played enough of it too yet, and it looks like there's a few humps that could hurt the late game already in there that I'm not too ready to talk about either. But just in general, it's a cautious recommendation. For the price, on sale, definitely. If you like Paradox games, you're probably gonna like this. It's a similar, like, I know it's not made by Paradox, but it's got that addictive feature to it.
Yeah.
Where it'll just suck you in, and they give you these new things to do every couple of populations. So it's like that. Ooh, here's something new to try out that you're gonna freaking fail at for 10 hours until you finally get it right. Ugh, it's addicting. It's addicting. At least there's no microtransactions.
I feel like I'm glad you're happy with it, because I have a sickness. I am a very big impulse buyer, I find, with video games and really with anything. So like there's so many times where I bought something and then asked myself after, like, why? Just and oh man, I'm glad if you do impulse buy, you enjoy the game.
It's okay. 2 weeks ago, if Liverpool hadn't got knocked out of the Europa League, I would have, in the course of 2 hours, booked a trip for myself to go to Lisbon for 3 days.
Oh,
That's
God.
an impulse buy.
That's a real impulse buy. That's an impulse decision. That's like changing your schedule and spending money.
Yep, I would have spent like 300 quid, 400 quid, and I would have had 4 days in sunny Lisbon. But you had to screw it up, didn't you, Liverpool? You had to screw it up.
You had to have him save money.
I would have liked that trip. That would have been around. That would have been today, actually. I would have been out there today.
Mm.
Boo.
Have you ever been to Lisbon?
I might have. I've been to Portugal, but I'm not sure where.
Or as the Portuguese say, Lisboa. No, I don't know if they still call it that. Anyway.
I also recognize it's been called this before in the past. Anyway, no, I'm happy with cities. It's worth my money, definitely, because there are some games on my Steam list that I've never installed. So it's definitely worth my money compared to some other games. But as a game, if I was to review it like I like to do, it wouldn't be like a masterpiece. It would be a competent addition to a genre which, to be fair, has been lacking inspiration over the past few years. So to just have a competent city builder that looks beautiful, which it looks good, for a city builder it looks great. So, just to have a modern addition to the genre that's competent is kind of cool. But, as a game, it's no masterpiece. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You seem depressed.
I am.
Nothing's
now.
nothing's a
started
masterpiece.
thinking about all my impulse buys.
You know what's free? Subscribing to the Sunday Puddcast on either the Event Horizon X or Matsudairo. Free.
I don't put out the videos on my channel though.
Yeah, but you don't want to subscribe. Fine, just subscribe to Matsudairo.
No, give it to me. I just thought that was an unhonest plug. Anyway,
sure. So I was playing Thief this week, although that was a very bit of a difficult experience. First of all, the game looks beautiful, and I guess I said that about everything. I said that about Shadow Warrior, and you're like, really? It's Unreal 3.
yeah.
But no, the Thief looks beautiful. It's got a great theme to it. It's really thiefy.
Wait, it's Unreal 3?
No, Shadow Warrior. Unreal 2, I said. Right?
Oh, I thought you said 3.
Whatever. Wait,
we're both rotting from the inside. Who knows?
Anyway, Thief looks great.
I've had rum berries today, or rum gummies.
I thought that was like I thought you were sobered up by now. Anyway,
who knows?
Maybe I should get drunk. Thief. I love the idea of stealth. It's one of my favorite things about Deus Ex Human Revolution. A really meaty, solid, long stealth system. You know what I'm talking about? You can really just grip and get a hold of. I
like a stealth system that you can improve, like your character's stealthiness. I don't like a game where you can't. Like, if the game just has stealth and it's just your own skill and you can't improve it, it's like, oh no. Because I'm not that good at sneaking, so I'd like the game to I'd like to be able to improve my character's sneaking ability to where I don't have to be good anymore, That's the ideal stealth game for me, which is why I liked Deus Ex, Deus S. I like Deus Ex because you can improve it so much towards the end of the game where you have all these tricks you can use and
Skyrim, for example, where if you've got 100 sneak, you can literally be right next to the guy, and he's just
and you can jack him off, and he won't know you're there.
Yep, like that's one of the good things about Elder Scrolls compared to Fallout is the stealth system is, I don't know whether it's better, but it's definitely more accessible. I never use sneak in Fallout until I get the stealth suit.
Yeah, it's very hard. Yeah, I never use sneak in Fallout either. It's difficult to use.
It is fun. Like once you get the stealth suit in New Vegas, and obviously the stealth suit in 3 is OP. But once you get the stealth suit in New Vegas, and you got the added sneak attack critical stuff, where you can one shot pretty much anything with a powerful enough silenced weapon. It's really cool, but you only tend to use it quite late in the game, which is not really what it should be. You should be like a skill that you use every now and then, kind of like survival or unarmed, which, I don't know, unarmed's a bit... But survival or unarmed, or what are the other intermittent skills that you don't use all the time but are useful? I'm asking, what?
Oh, sorry. I would say, well, it depends on how you build your character. Like, you can build an unarmed character and only use unarmed.
Sure, but those are combat skills, so I guess I'll take unarmed out of that, where those are like specific to a character, whereas survival is useful all the time. Not all the time, but on intermittent levels for every character.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I would say a skill that isn't useful. Are you asking a skill that isn't
I'm
useful?
asking for a skill that is intermittently useful every now and then for every character.
Okay, but isn't useful all the time for every character.
Yeah. Like you're using speech all the time. You're using repair.
I would actually argue that speech is one that could be intermittent. You're not always using speech.
I don't know. I feel like you use speech a lot more than like repair.
And you're not using like
barter.
lockpick all the time. Oh, I use repair constantly.
Barter,
I definitely use repair more than speech.
Lockpick, I can see what you mean.
Yeah, because like theoretically, like sometimes I'll go, for example, for like 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes without running into a computer terminal in New Vegas. I'm like, I want to hack something, you know. I'm one of the few people who loves hacking in Fallout, and I get a little feisty when I haven't hacked in a while.
I love hacking on the PC. It's really cool to like actually be able to click instead of the freaking console version. But the 3 pillar skills that I think are useful to every character, and you should get them to 100 ASAP, have always been science, lockpick, and speech, because
I think those are really useful for discovering story, especially.
Yeah, so I always
like you don't need them to finish the game, but yeah, if you want to discover as much story as possible, those are important. Actually, I would argue that lockpick is not always so important for discovering. Here's the thing: I think lockpick is very important for discovering items. I would say you generally discover more story when you have a good science skill.
Sure, because you can hack the like information.
Yeah, because there's usually more books and things in a computer than there. Then again, you might have like a locked door, and there's a bunch of cool stuff behind the door. So then again, yeah, lockpick's still good for that.
I mean, maybe it's incorrect, but it's just in my head. It's always been those 3 pillars. As you got.
No, I agree with you.
Speech,
They're good.
Science, and then your combat skill.
Mm-hmm.
Which
I agree. For me in New Vegas, it's slightly different. Like for me in New Vegas, different perks or have more like different skills have more importance than in Fallout 3. Like in New Vegas, repair
like survival is useless in 3. Absolutely useless. Like I never find myself using
it. Won't even let me put points in it. No.
Big guns. I can't find a way to use big guns in Fallout New Vegas. Like I've tried, but I just never come across them. You know what I mean?
One thing I like is like in Fallout 3, I never really thought I rarely used the repair skill a ton, and paying people to repair my items is cheaper in Fallout 3 than it is in New Vegas. In New Vegas, your repair skill, it is so cool. Like your repair skill can be so important in New Vegas. And you can make a lot of money off of a good repair skill. Like then again, if I think about it, in Fallout 3, like the difference between the repair mechanics between the 2 games is in New Vegas, you can fully repair an item.
I was thinking about that.
At any skill. It's not that I think about it. Maybe I'm just an idiot, but it's preference at the end of the day.
No, because with 3, I think like making money is a more like important skill, and repair helps with that if you can repair things more. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Well, more saving money. You know, you can repair with a high repair skill. You can repair things to full. No,
I meant like repairing things and selling them so you can afford to go buy your ammo since it runs out.
Yeah, a lot of stuff in Fallout 3 though, like I don't know, it may just be the inflated currency in New Vegas, but it always seems like you can just make a lot more money in New Vegas. I've never gotten 100,000 caps in Fallout 3. Let's just say that.
Well, I've never bothered, but I know what you mean.
Why? Like I can not try and get 100,000 caps in New Vegas just by playing my character.
I can these days. I couldn't back in my first playthroughs.
Oh well, I maybe I'm just a money whore, but I just a part of me just like grabs all the money, all the money, hoards items. I had someone complain in a video the other day that I hoarded too much.
Yeah, like I know what you mean. Like in this playthrough, I have been not strapped for cash. The other day, I realized there's nothing left to buy. I might as well just spend all this money. So yeah, I was just like, it's great. But in previous playthroughs, I would like give a shit, and those gold bars were a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
But
I still haven't sold a gold bar.
I'm almost at my end now because I've bought all the Gunrunner's arsenal, unique weapons, and everything. So
wow.
Yeah.
I probably should do that.
I bought them all. I put them in a chest for the final season. I've used like 4.
That's the thing. Like I didn't buy ones I don't think I was gonna use. Even some of the ones I bought, I haven't used that much. Like Panchea, the unique hunting rifle. I love hunting rifles, but I don't really like the unique one that much. Because it only has 3 bullets and you can't put a scope on it, so it's not my favorite.
Nope. Yeah, I know what you mean. I like the Nuka Breaker though, because it gave me a chance to talk about that really cool series.
Yeah. That was a great reference. Excellent reference.
Really good.
So
Thief. I want to talk about it.
Thief.
I don't like it.
You don't like it.
I really love stealth systems. I really love the thieving type of it. But when I got to the city, I didn't know where to go. I got really confused and rage quit.
Whoa, what? Really?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll come back to it and I'll enjoy it because it seems like a cool looking game. The theme doesn't interest me that much. The characters seem grimy and gritty. The main character seems boring. The bitch, I assume you're supposed to have a romantic attraction to her, or you're supposed to like her as a strong woman or something. She's just boring and annoying. I just don't like her as a character. I don't like any of the characters I've come across so far, and it got annoying. So I thought, well, this game has given me no incentive to continue, therefore I shall not. That's why I stopped playing.
It's funny you say that because I try not to judge games that I find are difficult at first because I try to give them a second chance or a third chance, fourth chance even, because I've had so many people say to me, like when I tell them how addicted I am to the Fallout series, how much I love it, how much I admire it, I'll tell people that and they'll say back, oh yeah, I think I played that game, thought it was too hard, played 5 minutes of it. I've heard one person say, it was too hard, I returned it. You fucking returned it? Oh man, I get so angry at those people and realize I need to be nicer to the games that I think are, don't interest me at first. Because, I don't want to be that guy who crushes another person's favorite game just because, I didn't really play it for that long, but I'm going to judge it anyway,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I definitely know what you mean, but I feel like I gave the game... Like, I will go back to it. There's not a doubt in my mind. I'll go
if someone plays a game less than an hour and doesn't and tries to judge it, I get angry.
I think I played it for an hour, but
then you're good judging. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but like there's a burden on a video game to give me something to care about within the first hour. There is. If you give me characters I don't give a shit about and gameplay that I don't give a shit about, then I'm just gonna stop. Like, you have to give me one of the two. If your gameplay gets better later, cool, give me a good character. If your characters get better later, cool, give me absolutely fantastic gameplay. You've got to give me one of those things to get me hooked. Otherwise, I can't sit. BioShock Infinite was the last game to snap me. I can't sit through shitty gameplay to look for a good story. And if you don't give me any confidence that there's a good story in there, then I can't sit through your shitty gameplay. Sorry. Shit, I just judged that game really harshly. I apologize. I will give it a second chance.
Fuck.
I hate that main character. He's just so bland.
I think an interesting thing about that is a lot of people psychologically and subconsciously like a bland main character. For example, like if you look at some of the most highest grossing movies of all time, a lot of them, and I don't have the list in front of me, so I can't mention, I can't specifically name all of them, but that is actually a good example. The main character is someone very bland, very empty. Matrix, for example, they always make fun of the main character, the actor of the main character in Matrix. What's his name? I can't think of his name, but basically, he's known for in all of his roles giving almost no emotion to it, like having a very bland character. But Matrix sold so many, it made so much money, and I think they say it's because it helps you relate to the main character because anyone can put themselves in the place of a bland character. Sure, and if you make the characters too specific,
Keanu
Reeves, thank you. If you make the character too specific, the audience can't relate to them or put themselves in it. The audience can't imagine that they are that character. So that's why some people make a bland character on purpose. Is an interesting thing. Anyway, sure. I just want to say.
I mean, I know that, like, a bland pair of trousers. It's a lot of what makes young teen girl shows and books what they are, movies as well, what they are. I guess I've never enjoyed that. I don't know if I'd have to look at the art a little bit more to tell whether or not it's a real, it really hurts the art, but I don't like it personally, just personally. I get it. I get having a blank canvas. I don't like having a bland character. Either give me nobody, somebody I can completely imagine, or give me someone I care about. They've obviously decided, I don't know how to describe it. Because this guy's a character. He talks, he has a backstory, he has relationships. I just don't care because none of them matter to me. you know,
Yeah.
as opposed to a silent protagonist that you can put your own emotions into. It's different with video games than it is in films because you have to have the character on screen talking and relating. In video games, you can have silent protagonists. They have existed, and that's a great way to have the player put themselves in the protagonist's shoes. But if you show the protagonist on screen, you've given them a race and ethnicity, a nationality that people are going to latch onto or not latch onto. You've given
For
them
example, Gordon Freeman's a very good example of like a silent character that everyone loves, even though he's never had a single line of dialogue. You know?
Sure, yeah, like Samus from Matrix or Link from Zelda.
You just said Samus from Matrix.
Samus from Metroid. Or Link from Zelda, or
well, and it's much more common to see that in older games, and that's why I think you generally see these older titles that have long-lasting series. They have to continue with that because all of a sudden they can't just give the character.
Not if you're Metroid. I almost said it again.
Oh, with Samus, the newer Samus game. Well, I would say Samus, other M definitely did that, but the Super Metroid also did that.
Sure.
They gave her but in the case of Half-Life, well, it'll be interesting to see what they do with Half-Life 3, but with Half-Life
3 confirmed, developer.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to. Half-Life, they'll come and kill me now. Half-Life 2. They continued that theme of having a silent protagonist, even though, and you'll see, I'm interested to see, like in Wolfenstein, they decided to change it. In Wolfenstein, they had a silent protagonist because at the time it was pretty much impossible not to with how games were, with how first-person shooters were. But in Wolfenstein New Order, they were like, fuck it, he's gonna have a really interesting story. And so it's interesting to see where the game developers decide to go with that, especially if they have a game series that in the past has had a silent protagonist.
Sure, yeah. I like how
if I think about it, Valve, all their games really have silent protagonists. Except
a lot of people like Shell. A lot of people like Shell.
Yeah, which I didn't even know her name until I had finished both games. That's how silent that protagonist was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, when you said about a silent protagonist, someone said Nicolas Cage. I was like, oh yeah. No, sorry. When you said about an actor people made fun of, I thought.
Oh, are you
Nicolas
Reading
Cage.
my chat?
Yeah.
But
blackjack. That's a good topic. Blackjack makes you a shit ton of money if you have a luck. Like, yeah, you said 6, 7 or higher. Yeah, especially when you can get that luck boosting naughty nightwear.
Yeah.
You can make what?
Yeah,
10 grand if you sweep all the casinos. Or maybe it's higher. Actually. It's
wait,
4,
what
5...
are you done? No, you can make more than 10 grand just taking the Ultra Lux on. You can probably make 20 grand sweeping all of them.
Wait, they ban you at like 5?
Ultralux? No, you can take it up to over 10 grand, I believe, at the Ultralux. It's a lot of money at the Ultralux. I think it's about, you can look it up, but I think it's over 10 grand at the Ultralux. I think it's about 10, maybe 9 or 8 at the tops. I think it's about 6,000 at the Gamora, and I think it's somewhere around 2,000 at the whatever it's called, the shit in, and then it's like 1,000 at I cannot think of the two small casinos. What are they called?
Okay, so it's 1,500. Sorry, it's 15 grand at the Ultralux, 10 at the tops, 10 at the Sierra Madre, 9 grand at Gamora, 5 grand at the Atomic Wrangler, and 2.5 grand, 2,500 at the Vicky and Vance Casino.
Aha! So yeah, I was pretty on point with my scale.
Definitely.
Yeah, so you can make a ton of money.
I don't think I've done it in the LP. I don't think I've sweeped them.
I haven't done them all yet. I've done. I like every once in a while I have a casino episode where I'm like, let's make some money.
I sweeped the Sierra Madre, and I did like a music in the background thing.
And it's not like I have a whole episode dedicated to the casino. I literally do it as like a skit, like a 5-minute thing. One time I did it as a skit, but I always cut out most of it because gambling is boring.
Definitely. Like, I've always only done blackjack, pretty much. Like, I tried them all, but blackjack's how I sweep them.
Oh, blackjack's how you make money, yeah. Roulette,
you have to, like, the best way of doing it is blackjack all the way up until you're just below the cap. I don't do this, but this is the best way of doing it. And then when you're, like, just below the cap, you roulette, because the roulette can give a massive payoff that, like, say the cap is 15 grand, the roulette could give you enough to get up to like 18 grand, and then they have on you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Slots is definitely the hardest to make money. On.
Sorry, not roulette, slots.
Oh, slots is what you meant. Oh,
yeah, slots gives you the highest payout if you win. It can give you like a 15 grand, a 5 grand payout or something like that.
Really? I did not know that.
But it's not like a efficient way of doing it. You should only do it, well, to me, right before the cap.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you can sink so much money into it. Yeah. In fact, like if you really wanted to do it, you would probably like pay a lot of money into the slots and then have to go back to the blackjack tables to make it back up to the cap, because like it would take you a while, I would think, to get the. I've never gotten.
There's more of a science to it.
I've never gotten a science to slots.
Yes, because this is New Vegas, and if you have a certain luck, you'll get this many wins, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I've never, even at 10 luck, I haven't played slots that much, so I can't say I've given it a really good try, but I've never gotten the grand prize. I haven't really even won that much. I usually get the cherries. Like, you get a little here, you get a little there.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So it was basically just thief talk. And, yeah, but I'll give it a second chance, but so far, not impressed, bruv. Not impressed, bruv. So, I think we should move on to a chilling memorial for 5-10 minutes. I think we should move on to that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure. Let me add that picture to my stream.
Sure. So yeah. This week, just to go a little bit off topic for gaming, it's only gonna be 5-10 minutes. We'd like to pay tribute to a great soul that we lost this week. Marshall, would you like to kick it off with any comments?
Yeah. It's up. Yeah. I would say. He was. I don't think we didn't really appreciate him until he was gone.
Until he was gone, yeah. I mean, we always said
until he was almost gone. There was a couple minutes while he was still alive, dying, that we appreciated him.
Yeah, I mean, he was just brutally attacked, unfairly. His friends abandoned him at the wrong times, and we'd just like to say to the family of Tyler Black, Seth Rollins.
I just realized that he's as old as my sister. Sorry. My oldest sister's his age.
He was as old as your sister.
He was, sorry, yes. Now my sister has surpassed him.
Yeah.
He will always, forever be 28? Oh shit, how old is my sister? She's gonna kill me. Anyway, yeah. No, that's sad.
Good night, Seth Rollins.
Good night.
We will try and find the killer.
Should we sing him a song? What song?
Cats in the Cradle.
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. Shit, don't know the words, so I'm gonna go on to the next segment.
Okay then, that's
right now. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah. I wonder, have we got anything else to talk about, or are we just gonna go to the wish list and fear list? Because, I mean, I'm happy going on for a little bit longer if you got any more topics. We're cutting it a little bit short, but I'm happy to.
Yeah, there was no, I mean, we talked a lot. It felt like we talked a lot about a lot of different stuff.
We would be cutting it short if we went now.
One problem is we didn't really sorry guys, we didn't really come up with prepared topics this time like we did last time. But so we'll try to do that next time. We were kind of busy thinking of the new, because we did try some new things today, and so we didn't really have time to prepare topics.
I mean, this isn't like the shortest podcast or anything. It's just I like them to go 2 hours these days, and we're only gonna probably hit about hour and a half.
Yeah. Anyway, if you wanna go, I'm fine with going to the wishes and fears.
I mean, there hasn't been that much controversy this week in gaming.
Nope. Actually, I can spend a couple minutes talking about my adventure last night.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said earlier, I have a problem. I have a disease. Some people are addicted to drugs, alcohol, gambling. In a way, what I do is gambling. Anyway, but you don't receive money at the end. You may or may not receive a product you liked. So basically, I have a problem with impulse buying. I have for a while. I blame it on my family. But I tend to like buy things on the internet,
blame
whether
it
it's
on the Steam sales.
Blame the Steam sales. Yeah, I do buy a lot of Steam games impulsively. a lot, and I buy things on every once in a while. I buy something on Amazon or at a store at an impulse, and I'm not gonna say the worst one I've ever had because it embarrasses me actually. The worst impulse buy ever.
You have to.
I can't. Fine. Okay. So there was, and by the way, this is no insult to this game. It was not meant for me. It was not meant for me. So and please know that this is me at my worst. So my most shameful. So I basically, God. So I was on Steam. And I don't remember when this was exactly. I would say it was about a year ago, maybe a year and a half. It was probably a year ago exactly, around there. And I was thinking, I was looking through the games, and there was this new game that had that was just out, early access. Seriously, you're just gonna hate me for this. It was called.
You started off well.
It was called Galactic Conquest 3.
Isn't that a really expensive early access game?
So it was called Galaxy Conquest 3, and it was this strategy game that I thought was something completely different. I don't know what I thought it was, but it wasn't what it turned out to be what I thought it was. And for me, the game looked so good. Like, I would enjoy it so much. Like, my next game that I would just get addicted to.
Was it Galactic Civilizations 3?
That's it, Galactic. I can't even fucking remember the name. That's how bad it is. It's still in my Steam library. One of these days, I should check in on it, because it's been a while since it was early access.
Reviews are mixed. Not overwhelmingly bad. Mixed.
It's
anyway, still in early access.
Oh, man. Damn it. Damn you! Anyway, so I got addicted to the idea of owning this game. By the way, this all happened in about an hour. It's not like I spent months thinking about this purchase. So I was just like, oh yeah, this would be awesome. But then I'm like, oh, it's $100. Dang. But then I looked at it. It's like, well, it does come with a couple things. And then I thought, they need the money to develop it. So I bought a $100 early access game that I have sunk a total of maybe a couple hours into on Steam. I can actually, well, I'm not gonna look right now, but because I don't have Steam started up. But yeah, I have. Oh man, it's shameful. So that's the worst impulse buy I've ever had. Anyway, it's a problem.
Right.
It's a sickness. I haven't gone that low since, but you never know. You never know. You can always go really bad.
Yeah, you can always come back. Well, what happened last night?
So last night? I don't consider last night to be as bad as that, even though it was more expensive. Because just to me that was
helps you sleep.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
No, to me that Galactic. The reason that was so shameful is because I barely played it. Like it'd be one thing if I played it.
Have you used that microphone?
No, not yet.
There you go.
Well, I can't make the judgment yet, though.
There you go.
By the way, you didn't let me talk, so now they know what the thing was. Thanks for giving away to the audience.
Sorry, I spoiled something. I spoiled.
Anyway, 85 minutes. That's how much I spent on it. Anyway, can you not hear me?
Yeah, you're back now. It's not
Hello?
planetary now. I'm still here.
Oh god, so much lag.
What?
It is an enormous amount of lag in the connection.
Marco?
I just heard you say what for you to know how much lag there is. Oh dear lord. What happened? Let me check. Oh, that's what's happening. Stop. Sorry, my Steam's trying to download something. Stop! I don't know why. Okay.
Marco?
Polo.
Marco.
Polo.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, so we're back now? Good.
Yeah.
Oh.
I even stopped streaming to see if it helped.
Oh, you did? Sorry, you didn't need
no,
to.
It's fine. My stream probably wasn't even working, so it's cool.
Okay.
The podcast is all that matters. Plus yours is up, so let's keep going. So what did you do last night? You bought something that you haven't used yet.
Yeah. So I was just watching YouTube videos, and then I don't know what happened. It was partially because it was a lot of reasons, but for a while I had thought in the back of my mind of like, ooh, it'd be nice to have a really nice mic for singing, because the Yeti's good, but like the Yeti's known for, as well as a few of the Blue mics, are known for producing what we would call an unrealistic sound. Like, it sounds good, but they're known for not actually producing the sound as it sounds. Like,
Yeah.
which is funny. So I wanted something that was better for singing, but I never thought of I'd actually buy one. And I forget how it happened, but I ended up spending like $200 on a new microphone from Blue called the Spark. Now the reason I don't feel this is bad is, well, I don't know yet. Maybe I'll get it and I'll hate it. But I did spend about 4 hours until like 3 a.m. last night looking at this microphone, and looking at, I probably watched 30 review videos. I think I read 6 articles. And this is just for this microphone. I also watched videos and read articles for about 6 to 7 other microphones in this class of microphone. So I can at least say that it was a pretty well-informed decision, as well as you can be as a consumer. And so, yeah, that's what I did. So it's bad on one end. It's bad on one end because I spent this much. Anyway, it's bad because I spent about this much money on this, but it's not as bad as that because I hope I can get a quality mic, and at least it's something I can use. And I don't know, I kind of like mics. I like having microphones. It's one of those things where it's something I can imagine myself collecting when I'm older, like collecting old microphones. So I'm not too upset with this purchase. It's not like I woke up the next day like, oh, what did I do last night? So I am excited about it. I'm excited to see what it does, and it's in a way pretty good for my channel. It's a new addition to the channel. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that I did it, but oh well. And another thing I did that I can talk about is a while ago I wanted to I was looking into new ways to record, and I got in my head the idea that a capture card would be really good to record PC game footage. So it would take the strain off of my PC. So I ended up spending like $60 for an Elgato, and I hated it. It didn't work at all. It was terrible. And the thing is, I felt like I was well researched on this, and I don't know what happened, but like none of the people who had bought the Elgato had used it for my purpose. And if they did, they didn't have any problems for it. So like I was the only person in the world who had problems with the Elgato recording PC game footage, and it just totally wrecked. Like I was never able to record any decent footage. It was half broken. It was bad. So I returned that. I pretty much immediately returned the Elgato. But apparently I'm hurting Sam. But yeah, that's about all on that topic. Though I'm still excited about like the Elgato was bad. That Galaxy Civilizations 3 was definitely my lowest point. But I am genuinely excited to see the new Spark. I like microphones. Microphones is one of those things where I like it, and it's one of those things where it has a decent resale value. So it's not like I just threw away
Is this
money.
a car?
No, I was talking about like another thing, microphones versus a video game. At least a microphone has a decent resale value. I could never get back a fraction of $100 I spent on that game.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, I talked about the Elgato, but
did you talk about it in full, or are you worried about the Elgato gods coming down and?
No, I basically said that like I did not see anything that was bad about this product before buying it. And then once I got it, I was looking for solutions for the problems I was having. It looked like no one in the world has ever had this problem, and I'm thinking that's impossible. The problems I was having made the product useless for me. And I was thinking, what? They advertise it as something you can use to record PC game footage with, and no one has had this problem? And there's no systems that there was almost no one I could ask to help me with this problem. It was like, what in the shit? That was weird. That was weird.
What did you end up doing with it?
Returned it.
Cool. Got your full refund?
Uh-huh. I had to pay for shipping, but
yeah,
I got the full refund on the refund.
Amazon over here, they send you a sticker for free shipping. It's cool.
They do. Ah, fuck you. I had to pay for my sticker.
I conned Amazon, right? So I had a mouse that was I had a mouse that was broken, okay, but it was past its warranty. So I bought a new mouse and said the new mouse was broken and sent back the old mouse. The same mouse, by the way. Sent back the old mouse. I got my refund for the old mouse, even though...
Damn you.
I know.
You did con them. You're the opposite. You're mean to companies. I'm too nice.
Hey, they might have fixed the mouse. It might not have been completely broken. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
They probably resold it for full price or something. Who knows?
It's not just...
we all got the best side of the wrong.
It's not just that I have an addiction to impulse buys. I also have currently an addiction to specifically audio equipment, and impulse buys there. Like
You bought headphones?
I just buy headphones, which weren't an impulse buy.
No?
My headphones broke, and I literally use headphones 8 hours a day, every day. So that to me, I've already, if you calculate how many hours per dollar I spent on these, I already probably spent about like 10 cents an hour. Maybe not that, but yeah, around there. Like I use headphones so much, so that for me is a very important purchase to make, and I'm very happy with that purchase. So far, they still sound incredible. I've gotten used to their comfort-wise. Originally, I thought they were uncomfortable, but now I don't really feel them anymore. I can wear them literally for 6 hours straight and not feel them. And
that's good.
And they are so durable. I could literally just throw them at a. That's not even a good example, because you can throw things at walls. I could try to break these. Like physically, without tools, I said this in the first impressions video, without tools, I would be hard pressed to break these. And even with tools, it would take me a good half hour, So, there's no way I'm going to break them on accident. That's why I like these headphones. But, would you like to move on to the wishes and fears? I was able to actually add another 20 minutes onto to the thing, so.
Roughly, yeah, that's good. It's good.
It's good.
So, what do you want to start with this week? The positive or the negative?
Let's start with the. What did we start last time?
I think
we started with the negative. So let's start with the positive this time.
So we're gonna end on the negative.
Okay, fine. We'll start with the negative.
Look, it's your choice. It's your first day on the job as
co-host.
No,
you get. Okay, well then I'm gonna stick with my decision. Goddamn. No, we're gonna go with. Let's start with the positive.
Right. Okay then. So I'll start this week because I think you started next week.
Mm-hmm. No, but yeah.
Yeah. Look, it came out wrong. You got what I was saying.
Yeah, I'm glad you knew this time though, because there's been a few times this podcast where I swear you've said things and I feel like I'm a crazy person. Anyway,
so number 9 on my wish list for Fallout 4 is I would like exploration of the whole map to be encouraged during the main storyline, even required in places.
Okay.
Do you want me to explain more? Or do you want to?
Yeah, no, I'd like you to.
It?
I mean, so wait. You'd like it to be the exploration of the whole map to be just to be pushed upon the player, or to be literally mandatory.
Okay, so I want.
Oh, you don't want this. This is a positive. You do want this.
Yes,
you do
I
want this. Yeah. Okay.
This,
yeah.
So
I was gonna say I would think that would be a fear, but okay.
Okay. No, I want.
I don't like anything you need to do.
No. So. I hope it's an open-ended main storyline where you can finish quests or finish objectives in different ways, like you can in normal Fallout. But I want there to be a part of the main quest that allows you to go to every part of the map. Like, for example, you have the choice. You need to get this thing, right? You can either get it from over there, or you can get it from over there. You know what I mean? Things like that eventually give you the option to go everywhere, but obviously you're only going to pick one of those two options,
because according to quantum theory, until you've picked the place you're going to, theoretically the item could be in both places at the same time.
Well, the item is in both places. It's probably going to be like a natural thing.
Quantum theory. Anyway.
True. I mean, you could do it that way, where there's 3 places you can go to get something, and they don't tell you which place it's in, so you have to explore all 3.
Sort of like one of the quests I had a lot of trouble on the first time I played Fallout 3 finding it was the what's it called, the family quest.
Yeah, the
And
vampires.
right at the beginning where he's like, well, it could be at these 3 places. And I looked at all 3 places. I was like, where the fuck is it?
Yeah.
It took me so long to find them. But yeah, no, that's funny. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. So basically what you want is you want it to force you. Not force you. You want it to... You want the main quest line to push the character to explore every location or just every part of the map, every
every
biome,
part
if
of the
you
map.
will.
Not like every single what's fast travel marker. But say there's 4 towns, you should probably be encouraged to go to all 4 towns. Say there's 10 settlements, you visit those 10 settlements.
Mm-hmm.
Say there's 5 factions, you meet all 5 factions. Okay.
So,
Things
for
like that.
example, like you might consider, for example, in Fallout 3, if I were to roughly break the map down into 3 main areas, you've got the super mutants, the death claws, and the city. No, that's a really rough map, but you know what I mean? So in New Vegas, it could be like you've got the city, the desert, the
more desert.
Yeah, the Alpine region, the more road. There are like I'd have to
McLaren.
think about it, but there are like areas you could like say that's an area. But anyway,
But what I'm trying to say is, like, if you compare it to today, not today, but in the 2 games, if you wanted to complete the game, you could basically.
oh
go
yeah,
in
that I know what you
linear
mean. In a way, it's way too easy to complete the main storyline.
path. Yeah. Which leads on to another one of my wishes later on, but yeah, I know what you mean.
That is one thing you can say about Skyrim. You can't just complete.
I never finished it.
Yeah, in my opinion, now I may be wrong, but in my opinion, you couldn't finish that main storyline without leveling your character to at least 20, if not 30. I mean, that's a decently hard main quest line later on. And in Fallout, you can do a 2-hour run, 1-hour run even, I bet. Of the
I've seen
entire.
like speed runs of Fallout 3 that are like half an hour where they used like glitches. They jump through the map.
Yeah,
or
well,
something.
in Fallout 3, you don't need to use glitches. You can you can skip half of the first opening quest just by going straight to your dad.
Sure, but
straight to Vault 112.
The
like
world
just
record
hey,
speedrun has glitches where you can just drop into vault something or other. One of the vaults. Maybe I think it's the
by
super
using
vault.
cheat codes.
No. By there's
By exploiting glitches in the game.
there's a bug where you can drop through rocks into the vault.
Which vault?
I think it's the
Vault
super
87?
mutant. Yeah, I think it's the way.
But
you
it's
go get to get the
radioactive.
Gek. Yeah, I think you go. It's a glitch in little lamplight. It saves you like. It saves him like half a minute or something. But that's how we got it. That's how we got the world
Wow.
record speedrun.
Half a minute.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if like it's low down on the list, but I don't. I think encourage the exploration of the whole map in the main storyline.
It makes sense. No, I now that you've specified and clarified, I know what you mean. And yeah, there's a lot of things that can be improved about main storyline in Fallout games. That's one thing I think Fallout New Vegas. I don't want to say that because at the same time it had some interesting main storylines, but I felt like overall the main storyline lacked clarity until the very end to me. Like I didn't know I was like, you know what I mean? Like in Fallout 3, you know your goal from the very beginning. In Fallout New Vegas, your goal overall lacks a little clarity.
Your goal at the beginning of Fallout 3 is to find your dad, but that's not the end goal. Your goal at the beginning of Fallout New Vegas is to find.
I suppose you're right. Yeah,
is to find Benny. That's not your end goal.
I guess you're right. Yeah. So I guess they lack equal clarity. I don't know why, but to me the main quest line, to me the side quest lines in New Vegas are where it shines, and to me the main quest line in Fallout 3 is where it shines. But that's just me personally.
Sure.
But yeah, I like what I wanted to say is I like it. I like your suggestions for it.
Cool. Your number 9 wish list?
Yes. So my number 9 wish list is I really want them to go through the game and add better looking characters. And you know, the reason this is so high.
What's wrong with ugly people?
No. If they're ugly, make them look realistically ugly.
Okay,
you know.
I see, yeah.
No. I don't mean everyone needs to look like supermodels, but make them look human. Make them look real. Make them look, you know, more high textured. And I think Skyrim did well at this. And I think I have no doubt the reason this is so high up on my list is I want this, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna give it to me. Like, I'm decently sure they're going to improve upon even Skyrim's facial structures and make some really good looking characters. I'm pretty confident they will. Could be wrong, but that's why it's so high. Like, I really want it, but I think they're going to give it to me anyway. Don't you think? Don't you think that's sort of implied that that's an improvement they'll make anyway?
Well, character models?
Yeah, better character models.
Yeah.
More HD, more realistic. More HD. No, but
you mean
more
higher resolution.
Yeah, more defined. And also, more hair and beards, of course. Fuck that, like
Obviously.
always more beards.
More beards.
Always more beards.
Always more beards.
And mustaches.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe like some maybe some customization on the pubic and chest hairs. Like I didn't say I didn't want that. That is one thing that I've always astounded me about Fallout is no matter how filthy and disgusting the character is, when you take off their clothes, their underwear is as pristine as if it just came out of the washer and dryer. So custom underwear would be interesting. But that's not my wish for today.
For today. That's higher up on the list.
Yeah. We're making that number fucking one. You can take that off. No. But no. That's not my number one. I'll think about adding that to the list maybe. It's an interesting idea to add custom underwear, and I wonder how it would work. But definitely working on the underwear to make it more realistic in the game. It'd be one thing if you were living in the vault and that was your underwear, but you're a wastelander and your underwear looks like that? What? I would have shat myself 8 times by now, by the way. There's death claws and scary stuff everywhere. I would have definitely crapped my pants. I would need new underwear. Or, like, there should be a thing where you have to, like, bathe yourself in a fountain every once in a while.
Yes, clearly.
But, yeah.
That's the next hardcore mode. You need to clean yourself, have a bath,
hygiene.
have a shower.
Hygiene.
Hey, if you have to shower in Deathclaw blood, you have to shower in Deathclaw blood.
That would be, if they add that as an animation to the game, showering that'd be great for the Short Circuit series.
Yeah, just
Deathclaws. You're showering in the Deathclaw blood.
Yeah, shit. I need to add more Deathclaws to the scripts for the more recent episodes.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. So on to the fear list, shall we? The fun part of the show.
Yes. So
haha. My fear, I think it links into something we were talking about a couple weeks ago. My number 9 biggest fear for Fallout 4 is that they continue to use the Game Bro engine.
Mm-hmm. That's a decent fear, yeah. Number 8. Wait, number 9. Yeah, number 9.
I don't think they'll do it. That's why it's number 9. I don't think they'll do it. I think it's more likely than it being a console exclusive. But I think it's less likely than anything else.
I think it's more likely that they will. I think it's at this point. I'm thinking it's likely that they'll use a modified, if not new, reworked version of the Creative Engine.
Yep.
If anything, they'll use the Creative Engine. I doubt they'll use the Game Bro engine. But at this point,
it's a remastered Game Bro engine.
Hey, if they call the remastered Creative Engine the remastered Game Bro edition, that's fine.
Yeah. If it's the actual Game Bro engine upscaled, no.
Yeah. Because it's like that's the thing. The Game Bro engine is nice, but it's a house without a good foundation. The mechanics in it are just really glitchy. Didn't you once say you're never going to record another Game Bro game again?
Yep.
Because of how hard it is to record?
I guess there's only like 3 of them, but after Fallout New Vegas, I mean, hopefully if I can avoid it, I'm going to avoid the Game Bro engine like the plague.
Yeah.
It's capped to 60 FPS. It's glitchy as hell. It crashes all the time. It doesn't work with recording softwares most of the time. The options are pretty good, actually. It's easy to mod. But it is clunky. It is glitchy. It is cool for conversations. The UI is pretty good, but gun mechanics and physics just don't work.
Oh yeah, it's very stiff. Everything's very stiff in it. That's slow. A good word for it. Stiff and
clunky. Stiff and clunky.
And yeah, we're being such complainers because we love the games, but
yeah.
like they it doesn't mean you can't make a good game out of it, but man, could you make a good game out of a good engine?
Oh damn, man! I can just imagine.
Yeah. But but no, I think at this point it's seeming more likely that they will make a new version of the engine, and if anything, they'll probably just reuse creation. But yeah. Them using Game Bro, very low on the likelihood scale. If they do, they really fucked up. Like somehow they deleted the game. They're like, we can't find the files for Creative Engine. What are you
Use
talking
the
about?
game, bro.
We're 1 week from release. What are you talking about? We can't find it. Okay, fuck it. You need to rework the game into the game, bro. Just create it up. Just create a new mod for Fallout 3 called Fallout 4. That'd be funny.
God, I could see that happening at Bethesda. Oh god, but yeah, look, it's probably not likely to happen, and that's why es número 9.
What does that mean?
Number 9.
Oh, shit. Okay, I thought it was some sort of saying for like let it be, or like what happens happens. You're like
No.
number 9.
Número 9.
So my number 9. What are we on? Fear. My number 9 fear is that they will have, and this is similar to the last fear I had, is that they will have bad music in the game, and I'm not speaking of
Putty
the
sings
official...
everything.
That's something I had on the board at one point for my Fallout 3 roleplay for me to sing all the songs,
Yeah.
and I was like that would get weird, and no. So
What if you sang them in different accents?
it wouldn't make sense. but yeah, anyway, what I was
Wait,
what
you
I
know
was
you
saying.
can mod yourself onto a radio station in Fallout.
No,
3.
I know you can. I literally considered doing this, and I realized it just would not.
But we could
be.
create shows and stuff like Good Morning DC. We could do all that.
We could.
You are now listening to Puttytropolis Radio.
Oh God. Okay. Anyway, that's something to do for your modded Fallout 3 playthrough. No.
Yes,
Anyway.
Fallout 3 Reloaded, coming March 2015. Oh wait.
What? We'll see. I still think it's gonna be Deus Ex. Wait, this is March.
I know, that's the joke. I had it planned. It's not going to happen.
Oh, wait, you were gonna do Fallout 3 Reloaded?
No. Anyway,
No?
so
Okay.
bad music
Funny.
in the bad music in the game.
Bad music in the game is like, and I don't mean the official soundtrack, not the themes or the music you have that plays, not the official music of the game. I mean the licensed music that they play on the radio stations, which is what the game is in many ways famous for. And like the reason this is so high up on my list, not
Low down.
the reason it's so down on my list, I should say, is because I there's no way I think they're going to mess this up. It's very unlikely, but if they did, it would be very, very bad. Like, I would be crushed. One of the reasons I got so into Fallout 3 is because the music set such a tone for the game, and the music drew me. Fuck it. It drew me in. I was trying to think if that's the right, but yeah. It drew me into the game so well, and then I stayed for the story and all that. But and the same thing in New Vegas, the music's so good. So I highly doubt that they will mess it up, because if there's one thing Bethesda's good at, it's picking music. Wolfenstein New Order showed that they are not getting they're not getting bad at picking music for games. The soundtrack for that game was not only amazing, but it was all created by artists they hired. It was all fake German music from a theoretical alternate universe, and that shit's so good I have it on vinyl. Okay,
Hey,
so
Fallout is alternate universe. They should create
it would be
universe
interesting.
songs for Fallout. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, they did it for Wolfenstein, and they were great songs. It's one thing if we were saying, oh, well, if they did that, it'd be bad. They clearly showed that they can do it, make it sound fucking amazing. So I would definitely be up for some alternate universe songs. But at the end of the day, no matter what they do, I'm thinking the songs will be great. It's unlikely to do that, but if they did mess it up, it would crush my heart, and I would turn off the game audio and just listen to Fallout 3 music while I played the game. Anyway, wouldn't that be depressing?
Wait, I've got it. If the music ends up being bad, we'll create our own radio station.
There you go. That's when we do it.
Yep.
Anyway.
You're now listening to Puttytropolis Radio. 109.47. You're back for your top 10 this afternoon. We're going to start with I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire.
I feel like a Fallout radio announcer cannot be like that.
I've traveled the wasteland for 400 years.
Just kidding. That's what I'd sound like if I was dope. This is 3 Dog.
I would love it if we had me as the old guy and you as the hyper guy, just like as co-commentators. Like, now it's time for my part.
Time to sling that vinyl on the old stack. Play it hot, Johnny.
Enjoy your song.
So yeah, that's an interesting podcast idea. We just do a radio.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. We do a 24-hour radio. We're constantly playing songs. People can just listen in. Anyway,
I did that. It's because okay.
What?
Let me tell
you
this.
did this?
Let me
Is
tell
this another part of your history, like the Welsh wrestling league that I didn't know about?
Let me tell this story. Okay, so
Okay.
it's recent. It's nothing like that. So I decided to do a Fallout New Vegas stream one afternoon. But there was so much, and back in Fallout New Vegas, I used to play the Fallout New Vegas songs before the stream started to get people warmed up for the show.
And now they will mute part of your archive for that shit, so don't do it, guys.
I know.
Twitch is really mean. Anyway.
But yeah, I would do that. So so much shit was going on in my house one time that eventually I ended up swapping from New Vegas stuff to just general music, and for about, I think it was 2 hours, I was like, guys, I'll be back on the stream New Vegas soon, and then I played another song, and it just kept going until the end. I was like, guys, I can't stream. I'm sorry.
Were you taking requests?
I should have, but no, I wasn't. People would come and go too. I would go up to like 20 viewers and then jump back down to 2.
What?
Like
really? 20 viewers?
I think so. I think I was.
I've
like
never
15.
actually gotten 20 viewers at once. My highest was I think 14.
Nice.
So far on Twitch.
I mean, it wasn't any content, so don't think I was working for them. But
that makes me more angry.
It's all right. You've got.
Hey, don't think I worked for all that money that the government gave me. No,
I got no.
kidding.
We ain't got no money from this shit yet from Twitch.
No. Yeah, no, but anyway.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. So music important. Yeah. Anything else?
Music important. Music good.
Anything else you want to talk about?
That's about all. But I really there's a few things you've said that both of us have said during this that have really given me some new ideas about what I would like in Fallout 4. Like what I said about the underwear, I didn't really realize that was a concept I liked until I said it. And what you said about the making new alternate universe music, I just realized they fucking nailed that shit on Wolfenstein. Putty, just for you guys know, Putty hadn't even played the game, so it's not like, oh, I'm nostalgic for the game. I like the game so much, so that's why I like the music. Putty had not played the game. I played him the music, and he ended up listening to the whole album one day. I remember. Yeah. Didn't you like it?
Yeah.
You liked it quite a bit.
I really liked the one that I liked them all. They were all really cool. Boom. But it's House of the Evening Red that I liked the most.
Oh yeah. It's an incredible soundtrack. Wolfenstein, by the way, kids, just announced their newest DLC. Their first DLC. So the New Order just announced their first DLC. So it's interesting to see.
Such a roundabout way to getting to that. You're like, Wolfenstein just announced its first, its newest DLC. I mean, its first DLC. The New Order, that is.
Yeah, no, I know. I kept trying to make it more specific because I realized, well, Wolfenstein has. It's not. That's just too unspecific. And then, well, it's not. It's not. It's just its newest. It's its first. So that should be exciting. I haven't really looked into it that much. I need to. And it'll be. It's always interesting to see how a developer handles its DLC versus how they handled the main game.
Sure. Yeah.
I think you see a lot of growth as far as how Obsidian could articulate and sort of weave a really awesome story web when it came to the DLC.
Who developed Wolfenstein?
It was co-developed from what I know.
Oh, it was id, right?
By Machine Games and id.
Right.
And then I'm sure Bethesda came into the room every once in a while and said, "Good job, Jim. Keep doing it."
Yes. What else did Machine Games make?
And I know Machine Games, I think, took a lead in the project, but I believe id helped them quite a bit because it still is their game, traditionally. What were you saying?
I asked what else Machine Games made, but nothing else on Steam.
Yeah, I don't think they've made anything else. They might be a brand new company. Let me look.
Sure, but we all know the pedigree of id.
Yeah, no, id's got an excellent pedigree. I love them. They're one of my
Machine Games are from Sweden.
Sweden.
Yes, Sweden. Where all the good games come from, yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, they've literally only made Wolfenstein and
they are gonna make Wolfenstein: The Old Blood.
Yes, which is exciting. And one thing I'm excited about that is I haven't looked at it at all. But from the title and from the picture I looked at, you think I would have watched the trailer. I love the game, but for some reason I haven't yet.
Hey, don't watch any trailers. Just don't spoil yourself.
Just buy it. Yeah.
Just buy it. Well,
and it's one of the it's one of those games where I feel confident buying it.
Sure.
I don't think it'll.
If you're definitely gonna buy it, I wouldn't watch anything. I'd just surprise yourself.
Well, and here's the thing: from the picture I saw and the name of it, which is of course judging a book by its cover, it sounds like it's going to be closer to the classic sort of castle, which is Castle Wolfenstein. Like you're in a castle and there's voodoo Nazi shit. Because I feel like Wolfenstein New Order, one thing it lacked, at least in the later parts of the game, it had at the beginning, it lacked a lot of that sort of classic castle, sort of Black Sabbath devil Nazi shit that we like. To see in the old Wolfensteins. And I think they had a little bit of it at the very beginning and the very end, but a lot of Wolfenstein New Order was, by the title, new stuff. It was, technology and let's see what the Nazis do if they're really advanced and it's, in the future. But by the DLC, it looks almost like it'll be more of that old Wolfenstein stuff that we like to see in the new engine and with a new story. And I really, I'm excited about it. I'm not going to say like, oh, it's the biggest thing ever, but I loved the game they produced, so it should be interesting to see their first DLC. And they took time on it. They didn't just release it immediately after. I'm glad to see that they took basically a whole year to develop this DLC, which is good to see from a company. Instead of 3 months,
Yeah. I mean, here's a good question. There's obviously a pedigree and trusted developer that made a good game last year, but they've announced that the Old Blood will come out this year, and they're making a DLC. Like, does that worry you at all for either the DLC or the game? That it's taken a year to... I mean, it's coming out in May. It's coming out in 2 months.
What are you talking about?
Wolfenstein the Old Blood.
That's the DLC.
Oh, it's a DLC.
Isn't it?
It's not on Xbox.
It's not? What? Oh my god, I didn't research it at all. Sorry about that scream, guys. I'll have to edit that out later. Shit, that sounded weird. I'm not a girl. Anyway.
Okay, I'll retract my question then.
I need to look at this. What's going on? I did not know. Like I said, I didn't look at it at all. I saw a thing for it, and I guess I assumed it was a DLC. Let me look into this shit. Anyway, let me do that after the stream.
Yeah, let's finish this off then. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today. Sorry, it's a little short, is it? It is a little short, but it's still a pretty long freaking video. Hope you guys enjoyed.
It is, yeah.
We'll be back next week for another gaming podcast, and we can announce today, hopefully, I hope Marshall's on board with this, that if you are interested on March the 29th or March the 30th, depending on which country you're in, we will be doing both a WrestleMania pre-show and post-show, and we might even do a show during the show, so stay tuned for all that WrestleMania coverage.
No, just kidding. Yeah, no, I'm definitely for it. Hey, if I sat through Fastlane... Then...
Yeah, if you sat through Fastlane, you can sit through 4 hours of
If I sat through that Raw the other day...
Hey, you got to see
I almost left 3 times. I was like, but I don't... Putty will be sad. So I didn't leave. That's funny, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a standalone prequel. Holy shit!
Okay. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. Check out the rest of the series. We'll be back next week, as long as we don't get hit by cars. Hope you guys enjoyed, and stay classy, Los Angeles. Are you still recording?
Yep.
Good. I was hoping, even though there's
I saw your message.
Yeah, hopefully, I know there's only one guy in the chat, but if he wants, we can do a little bit of a Q&A session. And maybe we'll add it on to the end of the podcast.
Okay. Let me bring up the chat. Let's see if they've said something in a while. Oh, shit. They've said some things.
There's one guy who absolutely adores you. Dedicated fan.
Wolfie, yeah. Very dedicated. Very dedicated.
He said up above, I love Marshall no matter what. If he would let me eating his arm, I would love him more.
He corrected it and said eat after that.
Aha, I see.
He really...
we got 2 people here. Hello, Sam.
He wants to consume parts of me.
If either of you want to ask some questions, we'll answer them. We'll check it in after this podcast. Editing,
yeah.
Editing magic.
It is behind the scenes.
Ooh. That's what streaming's all about.
Podcast After Dark.
This is where it gets really...
I had a while we're waiting if they have questions, I had an episode what was it? No, it was like it was like a week ago.
Yeah.
Basically, it just came out on my channel, A Fallout New Vegas, where
It was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I mean, it just came out, but
anyway, but I when I recorded it, it was really late at night, and I was just saying random shit. So I was like, "This is the Event Horizon X late night," because if you ever record a video out late at night and you just realize I am shit at commentating late at night.
See, like for me, it's a double-edged sword because I talk more, but I talk more bullshit.
Exactly. I was talking so much, I was just going from one topic to the next, like without any breaks, and I was like, yeah. It's like you're drunk or something. Really, you just need to go to bed. And you're just like going from one to the next, and you realize nothing has any coherency, and you haven't talked about the gameplay in 30 minutes. No, but no, it is a problem. It's something I need to stop. But that was my The Event Horizon X late night episode. Sam says, would you rather kill 1,000 random strangers or one person you know? Woo!
It's easy because there are people that I know that I hate, so I'll go with the one person.
Damn it. Yeah, you just gave me a really good answer, so I'll say that. Like, if you can kill somebody you really don't like, then... Yeah. And besides, like...
1,000
random...
versus one, yeah.
And not only that, like, if you didn't hate anyone, at least if you killed a friend, you could tell them, like, if they're a really good friend, they would understand that you had to kill them to save those 1,000 people's lives.
Also, like, 1,000 random... Oh, it says strangers, never mind.
Yeah, it's strangers.
Not your choice. Ooh, that changes it.
Yeah. Oh, it's not your choice of a person you know, so it's just random. Oh.
I think I'd still pick the one person because that saves 1,000 lives.
I guess. Wow, this is really bad. Like, ethically, yeah, I would definitely have to pick the one person, but personally, fuck people I don't know. That's terrible, but like...
Yeah, it's true.
Hey, as an American, that's sort of like what you grow up in. It's like, hey, fuck people you don't know. Hey, fuck people who don't live here. And, it's just like, people are dying constantly everywhere, so I'm already a hypocrite. I might as well say kill the 1,000 strangers. We also had another question from Wolfie. Hey, Marshall, we should play a game together sometime. No. That's not a question that counts. I mean, yeah, we can play a game sometime, but you're supposed to ask questions, that I have an answer to that, is interesting. And
you got really bossed in there.
I did. But no, I'll talk to you later about it. You have me on Steam, so if you have a game that you'd like to play sometime, we can definitely do that.
Marshall has every game on Steam.
That is hilarious. Old Ronald Reagan is shedding a tear of joy right now about what I said.
Actually, old Ronald Reagan. Actually.
Oh yeah. Old Ronald Reagan, which is actually Ronald Reagan's evil twin who owns a raisin company.
I love it.
And gives all the proceeds to poor children in Africa. The bastard.
The bastards.
That's why he's Ronald Reagan's evil twin.
Yeah. I looked the other day and I'm higher level than you on Steam somehow.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'm 11. I think you're 10.
You probably did shit. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either. I thought it came from buying games. You have way more
it comes from lots of different things, like unlocking achievements, getting those badges, I think. And I haven't gotten a single badge.
Oh, I've done more than you then. I guess that's why then, because I've only done 2 or 3. But yeah.
Well, they were like, I don't know. Some guy was like, "Hey, you got all these things. You can get badges if you just get a little more." And I'm like, "Why? Do I get money or prizes?" And they're like, "Yeah, you get the badge."
If you could eliminate one country without pain or death, it just stops existing. Which one would you pick? Israel. No, I'm joking.
Oh, that's a good question too. I think. Did you really pick Israel?
No, I don't. Wait.
Yeah. Well, I would pick. Oh man. Well, I guess. See, now here you can take either the standpoint of getting rid of a country you hate or ending the suffering of a country that that is, in pain. But the thing about the world, the way the world works is if you
Israel
eliminate...
is the only right answer.
The thing about that is, if you end the suffering of one country, that will just leave a void in the evil capitalist world we live in for another country to suffer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if let's say I said I don't want I don't want India to exist anymore because there's lots of poor suffering people. Although all of a sudden all of those poor suffering people would just have to would just move to another place. They wouldn't move to another place, but the need for those poor workers would shift to another place. It would shift one rung up the ladder.
Sure.
So yeah, North Korea is a great answer. Or maybe Singapore. They cane people. They're fucked.
Yeah, it's true. I think I'm gonna go with.
There goes 1 billion. That is a good point. Hey, we have too many goddamn people on the planet as it is.
Look, I'm gonna go with a really quirky answer. I'm gonna go with Wales. I'm gonna make it so it's just all United Kingdom. Centralization for the win.
Okay, but that's not all United Kingdom. That's just England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland.
No, Wales ceases to exist as a country. It's not just a part
it
of
adds
the
on to
Kingdom.
England or North Ireland.
No, North Ireland isn't a
or it
country.
left Ireland with the rebellion. It's not like you get to pick who.
North Ireland isn't a separate country.
I mean Ireland itself.
Yeah.
Like, so you don't get to pick where the empty territory goes to.
Wales is a country. Even.
It is a country, and I've argued with people about this before. It's actually, Sam, I fucking argued with you about this.
He argued with me about it.
Yeah, it is very empirically, scientifically, geographically, and factually a country. Okay, you can say it's not, and that's fine if you just don't think it counts as one, but it is. It is a country.
Yeah, if you live there, our freaking government always gets in the way. So it is a freaking separate country, and it's not a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Pakistan, Iraq, Iran, Russia. I'm really behind.
Russia. Nah, I like Russia.
Putin. Well, you know what I might answer? You know what I might answer is I could, get rid of America because, like, honestly, we're so fucked up. And
then you just be sitting in a. Right, if you got rid of America. Or just the centralized government of America, then you would still, have those people there, right? I don't understand the question.
Actually, Sam, could you clarify, when this country gets rid of, does it get rid of the land, or the people, or the territorial borders alone? What happens to the country?
We have to deal with the geographical consequences of all that land disappearing.
Oh shit, yeah. It's like all of a sudden Earth just became way less heavy.
Yeah.
The moon is no longer tethered to us. It starts to go out into space.
Without
the tides.
Without America, we would all just be Russians.
That's funny, actually. That is definitely what someone would say.
There's a hole there.
That's so, like, people say that to British people. Like, people here make fun of British people sometimes. They're like, without us, you'd be speaking German. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, but we came in so late. Let's not be a bitch about it. We were lazy,
We couldn't be asked, and then they attacked us. Well,
yeah, no. Well, you can say Americans can say about the UK, without us, you'd be speaking German. But British people can say to France, hey, without us, you'd all be dead. And France can say to Poland, hey, without
we did kind of let France get full occupied mind before we launched the counterattack.
France can say to Poland, hey, without us, you would have taken all the heat for yourself. So it's like, it just depends.
And Poland can say to Russia, hey, if you didn't freaking join up with those bastards, we wouldn't be in this mess in the first place.
Yeah.
Hey, without Russia, nobody would have won. It would have been the Nazis. If it wasn't for Russia, the Nazis would have been fine.
Okay, so Sam, I think, is saying that they're actually I think what he's saying is the land itself is gone and whatever was there sort of collapses in around it, or that the political borders themselves change. Because he said
we'll simplify it and use the mischief rule to interpret this piece of legislation and look at the desire behind the question. Basically, there's no geographical consequences. There's no consequences. If you could just get rid of a country with no consequences, which country would you just like gone?
But like, am I alive afterwards? If I live in that country?
That's a good question. We need clarified.
Because what would be nice, it would work out for me, because if I said U.S. didn't exist and it was an equal share between Mexico and Canada, I'd go with Canada. So, I get taken by Canada because I'm in the fucking north. Fucking people in the south, they are screwed.
You don't get the chance to pick between Canada and Mexico.
I didn't say I get the chance. It's just, empirically, Canada would get me.
No, the Mexicans would come and swoop everyone off, and if there wasn't enough room, they're off to Mexico.
We saw how good the Mexicans could fight in 1834. So let's... Anyway.
Back in my day, those Mexicans didn't stand a chance.
Have Mexicans actually been in a war in a long time? I think they're too busy ignoring their drug problems.
Mexico on the grand world stage.
Wolfie says, "What do Canadians do for a living? Saying A into a microphone for work isn't an answer."
Oh,
shit.
Okay, so basically saying YouTube is an answer.
Yeah. I think that's what it means.
So, what do Canadians do for a living?
Let's be honest. Let's be honest, though. America is already like Mexico. That's what Sam said.
New Mexico is.
In many ways, I would say definitely. Actually, New Mexico is more like Nebraska. And Nebraska is more like Canada. But anyway, I would say most of the South, like your Bible Belt, your Texas, a lot of these poor states in the South, I would totally agree with you.
Hey,
they have
Breaking Bad was set in New Mexico, and there was a drug cartel. So
they have third world conditions in a lot of the southern states. I would say once you get
third world,
yeah, dude, yeah. Have you been to Mississippi?
No, but that's
it depends
like
on what
shitting in a
town.
hole.
It depends what town you're in, but a lot of the deep South is just fucked up, and it's partially our fault because the Civil War fucked them up.
Mexico is too busy communicating with their home planet of Mexicania.
Mexico, I see that. Yeah. But wait, I forget. Was Wolfie's question an actual question for us?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say moose hunting.
Oh yeah. Well, I would say tree farming, lumberjacking is a great occupation for anyone in the.
You could
northern.
sell snow.
Mm-hmm. You could sell. They used to do that before refrigeration was a thing. They would literally have to cut out huge blocks of ice from the Arctic and ship them to other places.
They still ship ice, right?
They might. I don't know why they would. I guess they're like, Arctic ice, delicious.
As a cover.
It's got all that oil.
As a cover for shipping meth.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It'd be a really good cover for shipping meth. No one would ask questions.
What was what are those blocks in the back? They're just ice, okay?
They'd be like, well, I guess that, yeah. Hey, ice has never hurt anyone. And then they just let them go through. That's how we ship drugs through Mexican border. You just go, hey, we're shipping ice. And they're like, why? Mexico's hot. And they're like, yeah, that makes sense. And they don't. That's perfect.
The great Canadian-Mexican ice trade.
Yeah, it works. It works. I actually saw that on a
Mexicans don't have refrigeration, so it's perfect.
I saw that on a documentary about the drug trade and the drug cartels. How you could take it's sort of how trade works in Mountain Blade, but how you could take like a small amount of marijuana in like British Columbia, for example, where it's grown out the ass, and you could take it down to Mexico, and that type of marijuana there would be worth quite a bit. You could sell it and exchange it for cocaine there, take that back up to British Columbia and sell it there, and you would have made like, depending on how much it was, you would have profit rating of like 300 to 500%. You would have made like 500% profit on your investment if you can do it.
Is this a plan you've been having?
No, but it's just an example of how trade still works in the modern world. If you take something far enough, it's worth more there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, but globalization has obviously cut down on that a little bit.
No, it has, but that's why it still is a very large. It's still very much in existence in the black market. Because in the black market, globalization...
There's more restrictions on it, yeah.
Exactly. There's more things to prevent it from getting there, which means the ability to get it across that large span of distance is valued more highly. And that's why, man, if you can do it, poof, you can be a millionaire.
Sure.
The
yeah.
the movie Frozen got to people up in Canada. Now they think their whole country is ruled by a queen that is the maker of the snow in summer and winter, eh? That'd be pretty interesting. Wait, are you... Is that a question?
I'm going to say yes, Wolfie. That's my answer.
I'm going to say no.
Sam's got some pretty cool questions. I want some more
Yeah,
from Sam.
he does.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to squeeze them too much. There's 2 people here. I feel like we're squeezing juice from a grape.
Hey, at this point, if we can get half an hour about this shit, we can just make this into
We already
a
did.
podcast. No, we didn't. We got 10 minutes out of it.
It seems like we got half an hour.
15 minutes out of it.
We're not making this a whole new podcast.
Hey, look, I'm going to keep going until we can't go no more. Although that might be...
Well, I have to leave soon. Yeah.
He loves Canada, honestly.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good.
So, does anybody have any more questions? Because if not, we're gonna wrap.
Yeah, we'll give you another minute if you have any questions, because the delay, and that'll give you like 20 seconds to think about something.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. But yeah, so Canada. What do you
Canada.
honestly think about Canada?
What do I honestly think about Canada?
Yeah.
I think they have superb healthcare. I think they have decent education system. Compared to the U.S., it's better, but compared to like Finland, it's not that good. So it just depends on who you're comparing their education system to. But I think their healthcare is great. I think I know it's a stereotype, but I genuinely do think, for the most part, people there are happier than people in America. And also,
They are in America, damn it.
Canada is like a really good in the US. And I think Canada is a really good blending of European culture with American culture, to the point where I'd be happy there, but also like completely happy there. Like I get the best of both worlds. Like I get the food and the mass production of America with the culture and refinement and vacationing of Europe, you know? Because like in the US, we're workaholics here, and it's a culture that really drives people to really stressful lives.
Yeah.
And in Europe, it's much more acceptable to take time off, which the U.S. will, of course, make fun of Europeans for. But I think it's great because it makes you a healthier person. It makes you enjoy your life more. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How long will you put up with our shit?
Okay, so we got another question. Would you like to read it?
Yeah. I just did.
No.
Oh. Okay. If you had a choice, would you rather eat a pedophile's shit or suck his dick? How did it not censor out dick? Anyway,
Dick is a name.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So Sam thinks that's terrible. So
well, he lives there, so
yeah, he's probably more qualified.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe not.
Probably.
Who knows? He is Canadian.
Yeah, fuck Canadians. They don't know.
So I'm gonna go with suck the pedophile's dick. I just think it's cleaner.
Yeah, you'd probably get a lot less E. coli. A lot less E. coli, and you know, I genuinely think it would be way worse to eat his shit. Definitely. Like, man, like, you know, you gotta take a dick every once in a while, and if it means you don't have to eat shit, then yeah, I'll take 2. You know, stuff them in there as long as I don't have to eat shit. Like, seriously, I honestly think that's one of the worst things you would ever have to do. That's why the Human Centipede is such a creepy movie. Like, it'd be one thing if it was just about like a rapist just raping a girl, making her suck his dick every day, but that's much worse what they did in that movie. You know, like, yeah. Way worse. It's horrible. It's a horrible concept.
But what if I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
What if it was a dick covered in shit? Think about that. Or do you mean something else?
No, he didn't.
He didn't even hear what I said. There's no way, because the delay is longer than that.
He didn't specify it was a dick covered in shit or not.
Oh, yeah. Oof, I don't know. That is tough. Because either way, you're probably going to get E. coli at that point.
I would run away, and then if you shoot me, I'd just get shot.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, what's happening with the Minecraft series?
Oh
Let's start
god,
with
oh
Marshall.
god, oh god. I didn't want the hard questions. Right now we are. I've got. Here's the thing. It's partially my fault and it's partially my fault.
It's
So
also partially like everyone else who plays on the server's fault.
yeah, but it's mainly mine because like I need to be the one administering the fun, and the videos. But you are now going to be administered fun,
AKA paper.
yeah. But no, what's happening with it? I've still got the reason it's partially my fault is besides the fact that I haven't really been organizing it so lately is there's a lot of parts I could edit and upload, and I've just been lately had a hiatus of editing and uploading and recording. So I'll try to put out some more episodes soon. There is plenty of content you can watch. Also, we are having a hiatus of recording right now with Minecraft. We'll try to get through that. But yeah, there will be more parts out. Sorry about that. Do you have anything to say about it?
I will, but wait a minute. Let me see if I can add a more qualified person into this call. Nope. Okay. So we've got to get Chris to set a date for the election, which will be at the end of this month. Maybe streamed, may not be. The election could be terrible.
It could be terrible, especially if there's only one candidate. Then there won't be one.
Or zero candidates.
That would be really bad.
Yeah.
Then martial law!
Yes, and Puddy's interpretation.
Hey, let's just say we both benefit from this.
Yes, true. Definitely true. Oh,
be
we can make laws again. I can start writing laws without consulting Parliament.
It would be the power of the two-man state.
Hey, notice less shit gets done when Parliament's in power.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We were doing so much cool stuff, and we weren't corrupt. Stuff was good and gun.
No, I totally
People were
didn't rig
happy.
that election.
Well, yeah, you rigged the election.
I didn't rig the election.
But that wasn't a law.
Marshall, will you marry me? If you would accept my daughter from The Exorcist, that would be great.
That is a complicated question. What did he mean about the second part?
Let's start with Marshall, will you marry me?
Unfortunately, no. I'm already pledged to another.
Oh? Would you like
No,
to...
just kidding.
Okay, well, that's a bit of a backshit excuse then. Why won't you
Yeah,
marry
it
him?
is. Well, I just haven't, I haven't met him in person. I think, you have to have a physical connection before you accept marriage, not just a spoken one.
So Wolfie, if you chuck your name and address into to the Twitch chat, Marshall will come and have a date with you.
Yeah, it'll be very, you're paying though, because I'm the girl in this relationship.
How about Starbucks? What if Wolfie is a girl?
Starbucks. Even if he is the girl, trust me, I've dated girls. I'm still the girl.
What if, what if she is a physical girl?
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying even if I'm dating a girl, I'm probably more girly than the girl. Usually, but seems a little corrupt. Anyway, I'm not sure what you meant with the second part. Accept your daughter from The Exorcist? Do you know what that means?
So The Exorcist wants to give you his daughter, and you need to accept her. Yeah. Oh, Wolfie is a girl. So.
Oh, I see. Wolfie, you're a girl? Didn't see that coming. Man, this girl's got one mouth on her.
That's sexist.
I didn't say it was sexist. I said I'm sexist. Exactly. See, in my opinion, by me saying that, I was admitting the fact that I previously had sexist conceptions about her, but I wasn't, in that statement itself, was not imparting sexism on others. I said I didn't see that coming, which implies I was being sexist, but I didn't say, she's got tits, you know what I mean? So it's, anyway, maybe I'm a little crazy. It is, I am crazy. Like, I'm losing my mind, but, that's my justification.
No, I'm a beep. That makes no sense.
You don't think it makes sense?
I don't know what beep means. Shit.
I didn't do beep. What?
No, look, chat. No,
What
I
did you
am
say
a
this?
beep.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. It does that. I need to get rid of it. God damn it.
Well,
It's It's
Is there any more
it's
questions?
the stupid thing Daniel installed. I'm sure there's a way to get rid of it blurring out the swear words. Yeah, I'm gonna do that before the next stream. Sorry guys, because you guys should be able to swear at your leisure.
Aren't you streaming for a really long time on Saturday?
I am.
Why
12 hours.
Tell people, even though on the video they won't know.
Yeah, I'll be streaming on Saturday for my 300 subscriber special and my 50 follower special. It will be 12 hours. Putty will be there. Sam will most likely be there. Graham will definitely be there. I got them all excited for it. Yeah, and maybe even more. No, it'll probably be just those three people. And me. I'll be there. It's just like I get you guys to show up, and I don't show up. And you guys are there for like 12 hours streaming for me.
Yeah. Hey.
Man, that would be awesome.
Look, yeah.
Hey, all of you only have to...
Wait, wasn't there a thing you were going to do? There was like this there was a broadcast platform we signed up for that we would both do. Do you remember that?
We didn't actually pay for it.
No, definitely.
And I don't think you were ever going to do it. I considered... Oh, yeah, you said you might. I considered buying... it, and it never went through, by the way. It failed. The Kickstarter failed. But it was like a live TV thing. Like, it was constantly live. And you would have your own spot on, like, you would have a time it'd be scheduled programming.
Sure.
Anyway.
Sure. Interesting.
Actually, no, it's not live. That's not the right term. It's not live.
No.
It's not live stream.
Feed.
It's a live feed to pre-recorded content so that, is constantly airing at specific aired times. Yeah. That's it.
Sure. So
I don't think that would have worked anyway. We would never have been able to fill a whole slot.
No,
we might have been able to buy like a 30-minute time slot, but I think
I have a backlog of terrible content we could show.
Woo!
Here's Red Dead Redemption.
Part 1,
Part 2, and Part 3 all in the same episode. Has anybody got any more questions, or is this a wrap?
I think this is a wrap.
Hey, give him time. There's a new guy
okay.
here. Dr. Dre's only asked one question.
Okay.
Give him time. Let it flow.
I'm getting tired. I need to do something. My stomach hurts really bad. I don't know if I need to eat food or poop or what, but man, my stomach hurts right now.
I definitely need to poop. Most certainly.
I think I'm also dehydrated. It's a bad time. Now.
Okay, so you guys have got a minute and 20 seconds, and then we'll be wrapping if we ain't got no more questions. So,
do you think you're going to include this on the podcast?
Yeah, I think this has been alright. I might put it as a separate podcast thing. Don't know yet.
It wasn't that long.
It
might. How about this? I think it's weird for it to be a whole separate podcast.
It ain't going to be next Sundays.
How about say... I know, but how about say it's a podcast behind the scenes?
Yeah, I don't think we do much behind the scenes though.
Podcast bonus feature.
Sure, yeah.
Because it's not an hour. I think only if it's an hour it would count.
Not all the podcasts are an hour, but sure.
Yeah, but now we have ever since Marshall took over. No,
last week's wasn't an hour, dude.
What?
Last week's was 50. It was just shy of an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
What was last week? What did we talk about?
Fastlane.
Man. Oh, that was my fault. Well, okay. Wrestling
wasn't
podcast.
Your fault. That was much longer than the NXT one.
No, it was my fault because I scheduled it so well that we talked about everything so quickly.
Well, it was longer than the NXT
one.
one.
It was also my fault because I had to leave early. Remember that? I had a thing to go to.
I didn't think that was last week. Okay.
Yeah, that was last week. I clearly remember because I was kind of pushing us ahead the whole time. But
wait. We got another question. Would you rather, Paddy specifically, would you rather kill 5 Mexican children? A5 Mexican children. A5.
I think he meant 85.
85 Mexican children or someone you know.
85 Mexican children or someone you knew.
I think
Mexican children are really good at making shoes. And I like shoes. I also like drugs. They're good at
carrying drugs.
They're good at harvesting the coca plant.
In all seriousness, it doesn't matter what nationality they are. If it's 2 lives versus 1 life, it's probably going to be the 2 lives.
What if they were Nazis? Nazis is okay. We can kill as many Nazis as we want, right?
Soldiers? Nah.
Nazis, just Nazis.
Just like Goebbels and Hitler?
Like those bakers and workers and people who like like pretended not to know about the Holocaust.
Well, that's everybody. Hey,
So everyone.
the Nazi police state. It was so oppressive you couldn't say anything. You couldn't do anything.
It's true, but some men would argue the absence of evil does not make you good.
No, but I don't believe in a good nor an evil.
And another quote: all evil needs to grow is that good men do nothing. I suppose evil men doing nothing would also be a good way to stop evil, like making all of them really lazy. It's like, well, I was gonna kill a lot of children today, but I just don't have it in me.
Look,
I'm just gonna sleep and watch Breaking Bad.
Here's a putty quote for you. Evil men tend to have the energies for change, whereas good men like things to stay the same.
Mm-hmm. And that's the problem.
If an evil does exist, it is change.
Really? You think so? That is so British of you.
I love change. But if an evil does exist, it is the changing of the tides.
You think so?
If an evil does exist, which I don't
Are you just making a classy quote that no one's supposed to understand, or do you genuinely mean this?
I genuinely mean this, but I don't think an evil exists.
I think it's not something that can physically exist like atoms or hair, but it is a arbitrary concept that means something to each person, sort of like
sure.
saying you're stupid. Well, yeah, you might be stupid to me, but to the next guy, you're smart because he's even more stupid than you. So, like, these descriptors, like good and evil, are all arbitrary concepts of our own mind. So saying it doesn't exist, that's like it doesn't, like, nothing. These aren't actual nouns. They're not a physical thing. So no, it didn't exist in the first place. It's just a descriptor word, you know?
Sure.
Now you could think of evil as a concept, like the devil. Now then you could say evil exists or doesn't exist if it's like a thing that's perpetuated by some evil, like the devil. And I think then if you're religious, then you believe evil exists and good exists. You know what I mean? But I think of evil and good as just words that you use to say, well, you're evil because you killed that baby. I don't know.
Sure, I understand that, definitely. But what I would say is that a lot of the world tries to make a definitive and all-inclusive good and evil, and that definitive and inclusive good and evil does not exist. It is a subjective term that belongs to each and every person. And to me, there is no good and there is no evil in anyone.
But yeah, I suppose you're right. Yeah, I think though most words, when you break it down to that level, though, are subjective.
I completely agree.
Yeah, so like it is hard to make any physical objective statement then that isn't like, hey, you're
scientific.
Yeah, your skin is green, but even that color is completely arbitrary and changes depending on what our brain wants to perceive it as.
Sure, but even though we're colorblind, you have to admit that when most of the world can agree on a color, even though they all see it differently probably, at least they can agree on a name. It makes things easier, and we should at least accept that is the color.
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean.
Even if we see it different, even if one subsect of humanity sees it as a different color.
I'm not arguing because I'm colorblind. I'm arguing because it's scientific fact that I'm not being that.
I know everyone sees green as a different green,
and
but
color
everyone
itself
agrees it's green.
Is not an actual thing. It's not like a thing in the universe. Without eyes, color doesn't exist. Yeah. It's just something that our brains use to determine the bear that's coming after you from the trees that are not moving.
Okay, you know? If you cut off all the limbs of a baby, it turns into a cylinder, correct?
Yes, I suppose. There's a mouth, and then there's a butt.
Okay.
But the path to the other end of the cylinder, and it's not a cylinder, no, because the cylinder is a straight path. There's no straightness about the baby. That baby's not straight.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this little bonus feature. It's been an interesting non-gaming related, non-fault related tidbit.
Yeah, and all the questioners were provided by the Event Horizon X.
Yup. Wait. Before we end.
Did you have any comments on yours?
Did you check? Checking.
Oh no. What if someone has been screaming to you? Have you been streaming for the last couple?
Not for a while.
Okay, that's fun. Wolfie says it's a gay baby. That's what I was implying.
Okay, there's been one question that was not provided by the event cloud next.
Ah! I can't say I run the show. Okay, what's the question?
Right, look at the chat.
Oh. Damn you!
Marshall, when are you gonna do Wolfenstein: The New Order Let's Play?
That is something. What's funny about that is you are not the only person to have asked that. I actually have a person in real life who asks me every time I see them, and I always just walk away and don't talk to them.
You said you'd do it on day one? Question mark, exclamation mark, question mark.
I actually have a video I can point you to that point this person to that explains why I didn't do it on day one and why I still haven't done to this day. That video is still relevant for some reason. I blame Radeon.
I agree. Yeah.
Well, actually, I blame the developers for not making a game that works on all platforms.
True.
Well, actually, it doesn't. No, it works, but it doesn't. It isn't recordable on all platforms. Anyway, I'm pretty sure. And the weird thing is, I haven't seen this with any other people. You think if it always was not able to be recorded on AMD, you'd have at least 10% of the people on YouTube complaining about it. But I don't really see any complaints about it. Maybe I haven't looked hard enough, but I think it's another situation where I'm going crazy, like the Elgato. I'm just like losing my mind because no one else is having this problem. But any program I've used, the other day I used OBS. I was like, wait, I didn't try OBS to record it. I genuinely did this. I really wanted to try it. It was about a week ago, and OBS stopped recording every 15 minutes of gameplay fucking randomly, like just with no reason, just like stopped, and I would lose footage, and I was like, So nothing works to record that game. I've tried every program I've ever downloaded to record it. Now, if there's one out there that I haven't tried, do tell me about it. Shadowplay. See, I can't use that.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get it done one day.
Yeah, maybe. And it's sad because like I would have liked to have done a Wolfenstein New Order Let's Play because how much I enjoyed the game, and it would allow me to do the DLC because I like if I do a game like BioShock Infinite, I really enjoyed being able to play those DLC as they came out. That was something really fun for me. So it's too bad I won't be able to do that for Wolfenstein New Order. Who knows? Maybe the DLC. It's a standalone prequel. I keep calling it a DLC. Maybe the standalone prequel will be able to be recorded, unlike its evil father.
Yeah. Well, anyway, some good talks, and a good set of editing for you to do in the syncing lab. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay class. Oh, give me another city in California.
San
Jose
Bernardino.
San Bernardino. Stay classy, San Bernardino. Stay classy,
Bernardino.
Stay classy, San Jose.
Damn you. Isn't San Jose in New Mexico? Is it? Oh, okay.